today. They're changing sessions right now, and so we expect this to be, if not a full house, very close to it, as Arizona will take on Akron, and then one more game coming up after that. We'll mention that a little bit later. And I'm Brian Jeffries along with Ryan Hansen. Great to have you with us. We're courtside here, set for Arizona's 39th trip to the Big Dance. They take on the Zips, first time these two teams have ever met any time, let alone the NCAA tournament. And so, the first thing that jumps out at you, Rhino, is the fact that, Akron shoots threes. And we've seen some teams before this year, BYU, Texas Tech, etc., that love to shoot the three. Akron actually shoots more than those two teams. And so where the offense is coming from when you watch the Zips play. The Wildcats' perimeter defense going to be key today. On the other hand, Arizona has got more size inside, and the Wildcats love to score in the paint. So I don't know if you kind of cancel those two things out, but it's going to be fun to watch.
Yeah, up-tempo for sure. We know it's going to be high-scoring. You mentioned the threes, and that's a totally new offense for Akron and Coach John Gross. In his 8th season, completely transformed the offensive philosophy from a post-heavy, dribble the ball up the floor, throw it inside style of an offense to they want to get up on average over 33s a game, and so they recruited to that. They got into the portal, brought in players that fit that style, and it took them a little bit to get going, Brian, in the first part of their non-conference portion of the season, but boy, have they been playing well as of late. They are shooting the ball at will, and you'll hear from Tommy Lloyd. He talks about how important that defense will be.
Akron ranks 8th in the nation in three-point attempts, 7th in the nation in three-point makes. That's better than BYU. It's better than Wisconsin. The Wildcats played them earlier this year. It's better than Texas Tech, Duke, West Virginia, Utah. Some of the teams Arizona's played this year that put up a lot of threes. Akron is above all of those, and that's one reason they're sitting here at 28-6. Now, one thing about the Zips, and it's interesting, and it's something that's nothing new. It's something this school has followed for quite some time. They don't play money games. They don't go out and they did play Ohio State on the road a couple of years ago, and they played LSU, etc. But if they play a Power 4 school, normally it's in a tournament setting, one of those preseason tournaments. So if you take a look at their strength of schedule, it pales in comparison to Arizona. And just look at some of the things that have, led Akron to this point. So Arizona's played 21 quad 1 games this year. They've won 10. Akron has played 1 quad 1 game. They lost that. In the net number, Arizona's 12. Akron's 91. Ken Palm has Arizona ranked 14th, Akron 96th. But here's the big thing. Strength of schedule. Arizona, 4th toughest schedule in the nation. Akron's strength of schedule, 273. So you say this will be an easy game for the Wildcats, right?
Not necessarily, right? And then you have to look past those numbers. And, Brian, the opportunities that they were given, they have won the majority of those games. And you look at how impressive they've been in 21 out of 22 games. But you do question a little bit the size, the quickness, the athleticism of the teams that they have faced. Have they been able to shoot the ball well because shots were open because they were being defended by smaller, less athletic players? But what we know in the NCAA tournament is this team in Akron has qualified. They've done exactly what the committee told them to do. Go out and win the MAC Conference Tournament Championship. They did that on top of winning the regular season. They've got the player of the year in the conference, the coach of the year in the conference, the defensive player of the year in the conference, and the sixth man of the year in the conference. This team has the goods to potentially give Arizona a difficult game today because of those three-pointers.
Last time that Akron beat a Power 4 school was back in 2015 at Arkansas when they won by 8. Tommy Lloyd has a little history. Gonzaga and Akron have played before. It was back in 2016. The final score, Gonzaga 61, Akron 43. Things have changed since then. New players, new coaches, etc. But again, that's an outlook, and we'll talk more about the Zips coming up a little bit later on. So let's talk about the Wildcats here. They got to the championship game of the Big 12 tournament. That was a goal. They didn't win it. They played well again against Houston, second time this year that they've taken the top seed, a number 1 seed, to the limits, but they lost the game in the last couple of minutes. But the Wildcats, they're healthy, with the exception of Mo Krivas, who's been out since the 8th game of the year. They've got that 8-man rotation that I think has worked very well for Tommy Lloyd. Hasn't always been the same starting 5 and the same 3 guys coming off the bench, but he's kept that rotation intact. Offensively, this is we know it's a very good basketball team. Defensively, now they had some shortcomings later in the season, But I'm not going to say that their defense is anything but good. It could be better, but it is good. And so everything has fallen into the place right now. And we've been through this a lot, Ryan. We've been through a lot of these NCAA tournaments, and we've gone into some of these games saying, hey, we feel really good about the Wildcats' chances, and it hasn't gone well. We've gone into others thinking, well, this is going to be a tough go for the Wildcats. Maybe they don't have the goods to make a deep run, and then they turn around and do it. Matchups, as we talk about, are always important when you get into this event, but we got totally opposites here. So how do you see Arizona's strengths against what Akron does defensively?
Well, that's what's interesting, Brian, is Arizona's strengths, points in the paint offensively. They have a clear size advantage, especially when Henry Vasar is on the floor. So on paper, it looks like Arizona could control the glass and could control the paint if they don't get three-point trigger happy themselves on the offensive end and go back to what I've used the phrase all season long, their true DNA. Under Tommy Lloyd, he's all about inside-out action. If he were a college football coach, he would be establish the run before you throw vertical. That's exactly what Arizona needs to do today. That is a weakness for Akron when you look at their starting five. They have a 6'8 center, and everybody around him is 6'3 or smaller. He's replaced by a 6'7 backup, and everybody around him is 6'3 or smaller. But they do have players that have some weight to them. They're tough. They may be 6'3", but they're 220, so they are used to playing against bigger players, at least in the MAC conference. So that, when I look at strength on weakness, that would be Arizona's strength that can absolutely combat the three-point shooting from Akron.
Okay, let's go back to the three-point shooting. You mentioned the word trigger happy, and again, something we brought up before, we've seen before. Arizona gets into a game against a good three-point shooting team, or at least a team that shoots a lot of threes. Do the Wildcats kind of fall into that trap, and then they start shooting threes if the other team is making them, etc.? Down the stretch, Arizona became a better three-point shooting team. Remember, for a while, they were the worst three-point shooting team in the Big 12. Then they were second to the worst. Well, they finished now, going into this event, 13th in the Big 12. So they made progress there in terms of their three-point shooting. Caleb Love, Arizona's leading scorer, has made 14 of his last 32 outside the arc. He's gotten hot here down the stretch. And so we know the Wildcats are capable, but like you said, bread and butter is inside the arc. Stay true to what has got you here. Don't get sucked into a three-point shooting contest. You got to avoid that tonight.
Yeah, when you look at Arizona's attempts, let's shift that to the three-point line. The last four games, they've averaged 17 three-point attempts from the field. That feels about right today against a team in Akron that they should have. Height advantage is overblown. When I say points in the paint, Brian, it isn't just throw it to Tobe Awaka and let him work. Throw it over the top to Henry Vasar. It's more than that. It's Jaden Bradley, KJ Lewis, and Caleb Love driving it at Akron and using their size advantage to get to the rim, because there isn't a lot of shot pressure in regards to rim protection from Akron on the back end. So trigger happy to me is more than 20 three-point attempts today. If they are under that, that is more of what you would expect Arizona's game plan to be.
All right. Nerves? Well, I think everybody's got them going into this event. I don't care if you've played 5 years and been to 5 NCAA tournaments or it's your first year. There's going to be some butterflies out there, and I think that's part of this early game today as both teams kind of shake that off and get into the action. Great arena here, well lit. Players love that, and we expect an outstanding game today. Arizona against Akron. The winner goes on to play on Sunday. If you're by the way, it's Friday, I know. You're headed home. You're trying to find a place to listen to the game. Don't panic. Tip off at 4:48 today. So we still got over a half hour to get settled in for this game between Arizona and Akron. When we come back, Rhino had a chance to sit down to Tobe Awaka. And again, here's a guy that could really have a big one. And before we go to break, I wanted to mention one thing. Tobe's had a solid year. 8 points, 4 rebounds a game. Houston, he didn't score. And if you take a look lately here, he's not been able to get a lot of shots up. Where he's made, at the Big 12 tournament, he took 7 shots in 3 games. I repeat, he took 7 shots in 3 games. He's got to be more involved, I think, offensively.
I'd love to see 7 shots today in the game today against Akron. He's most likely going to be drawing the assignment, at least to start, by being defended by James Okonkwo. I mentioned 6'7". He's got power 4 experience. Transfer, played at North Carolina, played at West Virginia before that. So good matchup there, but when you look at the other players, Tobe, as we know, has been a beast on the glass. It's not just, are we going to throw him the ball in the post? He's got to command the presence in the post. He needs to go after it like he has been all season long on the glass and go get rebounds and create some offense for himself. But what's interesting is when you look at rebounds per minute played by Tobe, he's one of the top 5 in the country. You know who else is in that category? James Okonkwo from Akron. They both hit the glass hard. That'll be a fun matchup to watch today.
All right, Rhino and Tobe coming up next. This is Wildcat Basketball from Arizona Sports Enterprises.
Honey, our yard looks like a jungle. It's full of weeds, and the neighbors are complaining, you know.
I know. I'm trying to get rid of them, but the product I'm using just doesn't work. Not to mention, I don't have the time.
You know, it's not just the weeds. I'm also seeing ants and the spider, a scorpion. I saw a scorpion, and I think there's a pack rat living in the garage.
I get it.
It's scary.
I'll call University Termite and Pest Control today and get rid of them all.
You're the best, honey.
University Termite and Pest Control, locally owned. Find them online at bepestfree.com.
My heat and air work in a state of disrepair.
Most plumbing problems start with a 4-letter word: drip, leak, clog. Whatever your plumbing problem might be, you can trust Picturox Cooling, Heating, and Plumbing to deliver fast, honest, and reliable service by a plumbing expert that will find the right solution for your plumbing problem. Call us at 520-492-0748 or picturoxcooling.com.
Picturox Cooling, Heating, and Plumbing.
For 100 years, O'Reilly Chevrolet has been part of the fabric of Tucson, just as our Chevy trucks are part of the fabric of America. With that in mind, we're proud to announce it's officially truck season. And this year we have Motor Trend's Truck of the Year, the all-new Chevy Colorado. Test drive your new Chevy truck on Broadway next to Park Place Mall. Call 747-8000 or check out our entire lineup at O'Reilly.com. Don't miss truck season, going on now at O'Reilly Chevrolet. Together, let's drive.
O'Reilly Chevrolet.
Experiencing the natural wonders comes easy at Rockin' K. Nestled at the base of the Rincon Mountain foothills, enjoy stunning mountain views up close every day. In the top-rated Vail School District, Rockin' K is close to work, shopping, and services. Tour 18 model homes by top-tier builders, offering move-in ready homes and special incentives. LiveRockingK.com. Proud U of A radio broadcast sponsor.
Couple of minutes with Tobe Awaka as Arizona gets ready for their first round opponent, the Akron Zips. You've done this before, not your first rodeo, but in a different uniform. At least draw on some of your experiences, that first round game where you're in the light colored jersey, you're playing kind of an upstart team. What's that feel like when you're playing against a team like that?
It's exciting, but at the same time, you have to understand that they're coming to fight. You know, their season is on the line just like yours. So really just take it one game at a time, focus on the game plan, and, just stay true to your fundamentals.
Looked like Arizona took a couple steps forward at the Big 12 tournament, winning 2 games in it right to the end against Houston. From your perspective, how did Arizona improve last week?
I think it was definitely a confidence booster. I think offensively our flow was pretty nice. I think defensively we made sort of the best strides communication-wise, staying attentive to the game plan, shutting down some of the main guys for the teams that we played against. At the end, Houston's a great team. We came up just short, but I think from that game we can just draw from the fact that we had to close games better. That last 5 minutes we weren't our best, and they took advantage.
Describe how the Big 12 conference has prepared you guys better for the NCAA tournament this year.
It's a gauntlet, plethora of high-level coaches, high-level players, day in, day out. It's just a dogfight no matter who you play, and I think going through all those challenges, especially in the beginning of the season, has prepared us for now.
Bigs are going to be faced with the challenge guarding a lot of perimeter level players with Akron. Talk about that challenge for guys like yourself.
Honestly, just being attentive, moving your feet, knowing that they're going to try to exploit you early. So really, I think it comes down to effort more than scheme in that instance, moving your feet, staying with those guards. Our guards do a great job of when we're in that position, being in the gaps, a little extra, helping us out.
Up-tempo teams. I mean, it could be in the 80s. You guys have to love that.
Yeah. I mean, that's how we like to play, up and down. We have really that dynamic guards that can really push it in transition and make explosive offensive plays. So I think we're playing the brand of basketball that we want.
Talk a little more about your perimeter, at least the 3 guys when you look at kind of the top of the food chain there. Jaden, defensive stalwart, but so consistent.
Yeah.
Caleb does his thing, and same with KJ. Walk me through how those guys make you better.
If I told you everything, I'd be here forever. But, you know, JB, old school point guard, controls the offense, controls the tempo, great defensively, rebounds the ball amazing. He's sort of, you know, the common factor for our team when things get rough. Stu Love is who he is, explosive offensive player. He's gotten so much better defensively, which I think has gone under the radar. I think KJ is a menace defensively. When he's out in transition, pushing the ball, he's so dynamic, so explosive, kind of gives us those plays that are like lightning in the bottle that feeds the whole team. So when all three of those guys are going, it's just, I feel like we're on fire.
All right, couple keys against Akron.
Defense, like you mentioned, our guards being able to guard in the perimeter. They love to push it in transition to find those transition threes. So being, you know, sort of keen to those guys is going to be important. And then rebounding, finishing the plays.
All right, appreciate you, man.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
That was Tobe Awaka, Arizona, and Akron getting ready to tip off here in the first round of the NCAA tournament. We're in Seattle. We'll be back with more of the pregame show. You're listening to Arizona Basketball from Arizona Sports Enterprises.
Looking for the best outdoor patio in Tucson? Look no further than St. Philip's Plaza at the southeast corner of River and Campbell, where you can sip on Tucson's finest collection of whiskey at Union Public House, brunch 7 days a week at Reforma Modern Mexican Mezcal and Tequila, and experience our newest restaurant, Proof, proudly serving house-made pasta and artisanal pizza. Enjoy live music and dine under the stars with Union, Reforma, and Proof. Join us at St. Philip's Plaza.
Hey Wildcat fans, basketball season is here and SeatGeek is here to help you experience all the action. SeatGeek makes it easy to find tickets so you can be a part of all the courtside celebrations this season. Whether you're buying or selling tickets to Arizona basketball games or to any other live event in your area, SeatGeek is the place to do it. SeatGeek is the official ticket marketplace of Arizona Athletics. The most disruptive idea in ticketing, a ticket that works. Expect the expected. SeatGeek.
Attention! If you owe money to the IRS, this is an urgent message. The IRS is cracking down by sending out collection letters, garnishing paychecks, seizing bank accounts, and putting liens on homes and businesses. They call it enforced compliance, and you better watch out because penalties and interest on unpaid taxes compound daily, making it even harder to get out of debt. Don't let tax debt destroy your life. You need to call Optima Tax Relief, America's #1 tax resolution firm. They're experts in taxpayer assistance programs that can save you thousands if you qualify. A+ rated by the Better Business Bureau, Optima's resolved over $1 billion of tax debt for their clients. Let them fight on your behalf, helping to put your tax problems to rest. Call the tax professionals at Optima now for a free consultation.
Call 800-783-8055. 800-783-8055. 800-783-8055.
Optima Tax Relief.
Some restrictions apply. For complete details, please visit OptimaTaxRelief.com.
Both teams warming up, getting set for the Cats and the Zips here in Seattle. Let's take a look at other scores around the NCAA tournament. We'll start in the East, where the Wildcats are bracketed. #1 seed Duke had no problem with Mount St. Mary's today. Cooper Flag returned 93-49 the final. Baylor survived, beating Mississippi State 75-72, so it'll be Baylor and Duke coming up on Sunday. Meanwhile, if you missed it last night, BYU beat VCU Wisconsin over Montana, so the Cougars take on the Badgers in the next round. And then earlier today, it was St. Mary's over Vanderbilt, 59-56, and Alabama beat Robert Morris 90-81. So there you've got another matchup for Sunday, St. Mary's and Alabama. And and then BYU and Wisconsin will play tomorrow in their next round game. So that's how the East bracket sits. There are two more games left in the East. Arizona Liberty, Oregon Liberty and Arizona Akron. Those will be the last two to fill out the first round of the East bracket. Some other scores from the Big 12 today. Iowa State beat Lipscomb 82-55. That was Friday. And also on Friday, we mentioned Baylor over Mississippi State. Thursday, it was Texas Tech 82, UNC Wilmington 72. Arkansas beat Kansas 79-72. BYU over VCU 80-71, and Houston had no problem with Southern Illinois Edwardsville 78-40 the final score. So the Big 12 so far is 5-1 in tournament play. Kansas suffering the only loss. Earlier today in Seattle in a West bracket games, it was Colorado State beating Memphis 78 70. The Tigers without Tyrese Hunter, one of their top players, due to a foot injury, and it cost them today as they got bounced out by the Rams, a 12 seed over a 5 seed. And we just watched Maryland take care of Grand Canyon handily, 81-49 the final. The Lopes shot 28.6 from the floor in that game, made only 5 of 23 threes. Maryland, meanwhile, shot 51% from the floor, and so the Terps move on to play on Sunday here in Seattle against Colorado State. We'll keep you up to date on other scores that are going on this afternoon, but when we come back, we'll check in with the Akron Zips in a moment. This is Wildcat basketball from Arizona Sports Enterprises.
Stars are shining down on Goldberg and Osborne. The Eagle has more than 2,200 five-star Google reviews from across Arizona, like these.
They go that extra mile to let you know they care. A wonderful experience.
They treat their clients like family, and their professionalism is the best in the business.
They made sure I got a great offer. Like a bulldog, they fought for me.
Well said, everyone. After any accident, remember, deferred is the word. Visit Goldberg and Osborne at 1-800-THEEAGLE.com.
Ready to score a new vehicle? Whether you are looking for a new car, truck, or electric vehicle, at Royal Kia, we know exactly what you want. A quality vehicle at a great price and to be treated fairly. We stand by our transparent online pricing, offer a 72-hour buyback guarantee, and you work with our no-pressure, non-commissioned sales staff. Royal Kia, the dealership that's different. OAC plus tax, title, license, dealer installed options, and $589 doc fee. Royal Kia, Speedway in Columbus, or RoyalKia.com.
The cold Arizona nights are here. Is your furnace ready? For just $59, Rightway is offering a complete system tune-up, ensuring your furnace runs efficiently to keep your home comfortable all season long. Routine maintenance is key to avoiding costly breakdowns. And with over 9,000 five-star Google reviews, you can trust Rightway to get the job done right. Plus, we'll include a free carbon monoxide test for your peace of mind. Call Rightway today at 520-640-2665 or visit us at rightwayac.com for your $59 complete system tune-up.
If you're feeling overwhelmed by the thought of a home remodel, don't stress. The Window Depot is here to help. At the Window Depot, we're your one-stop warehouse for everything you need for your next remodel. Windows? Check. Doors? Got it. Cabinets, countertops, and everything in between? You'll find it all here at the lowest prices. Whether it's a kitchen, bathroom, or whole home makeover, our experienced designers are ready to bring your dream home to life, all at unbeatable prices. Find a location near you or shop online at thewindowdepot.com. The Window Depot, more than a window store.
Akron Zips come in on a 7-game winning streak. They've won 21 of the last 22. The only loss in that stretch at Ohio back on February 22nd. Most wins in school history, 28. They won the regular season title in the MAC and the tournament title, which, of course, got them in to the NCAA tournament. Starting lineup for Akron in tonight's ball game, Tavari Jackson, a 5'11 junior out of LaGrange Park, Illinois. Isaiah Gray, a 6'3 senior from Brooklyn, New York. Seth Wilson, a 6'2 senior from Lorain, Ohio. The aforementioned James Okonkwo, a 6'8 senior out of Maidenhead, England. And Nate Johnson, the only returning starter from last year, a 6'3 redshirt junior out of Liberty Township, Ohio. And Rhino, let's talk about Nate Johnson. Hit the game-winning shot at the MAC Tournament Championship game. He scored 56 points in that 3 games stretch there, including a career-high 31 in the semifinals over Toledo. He is 6'3". He plays bigger than that if you talk to the Arizona coaches. And I'm interested to see him play, number one, and how the Wildcats defend him.
And when you see him and when we talk about him on air, think in your mind, Brian, this is a player who could play at the highest level of college basketball. So don't lose sleep on the fact that he's just in the MAC conference. He was the MVP, but he was also the defensive player of the year in the conference. That's a feat that hasn't been done in a long time. I think Chris Kaman back in 2003 is the last player to do that in the MAC conference. So this guy does it all. He's strong, as you mentioned, great upper body strength. He is a reliable three-point shooter. That's not his number one go-to move, but boy, can he get downhill. He can post you up. He can take a bigger player and take you on a straight line drive. He is really the guy that gets Akron going. They've got another Johnson in the backcourt, so we'll have a couple guys to watch out for, but Nate Johnson is for real.
All right, the top three-point shooter for the Zips is Sharon Young. He's a true freshman out of Morgantown, West Virginia. Went to Morgantown High School. West Virginia couldn't get him, and here he is at Akron, shooting over 40% from three-point range. He's not the only one. As we've mentioned, they'll play 4 guys that will all let it go from outside, and that's going to be something the Wildcats have to keep an eye on. Early in the season, Arizona was, let's face it, average at best in three-point defense. It's an area they've improved a lot. Now, they got burned by BYU at home not that many weeks ago, but just the same. I think the Wildcats are better equipped now for a couple reasons. Caleb Love is playing the best defense in his life. KJ Lewis is just an absolute beast defensively. So you got two guys there, and Jaden Bradley's a heck of a defender as well. So three of Arizona's players, and KJ doesn't start, of course, but you get those three guys on the floor, and I think they can do an outstanding job defensively against this Akron team. But that leaves one position there. Is Arizona weak at that one spot on the outside? If Akron's got four guys in shoot, who is the guy that they're going to go after defensively?
Yeah, that's what we've seen. It's either going to be Arizona defensively, it's going to be Trey Townsend, Carter Bryant, maybe Anthony Del Orso. Any one of those three guys are definitely a step down, if not two steps down, from the three perimeter defenders you've mentioned. How good is John Gross, the head coach from Akron, at drawing up offensive systems and sets to get Arizona moving? How good is Akron at taking Arizona's defenders off the dribble, requiring that help defense to shrink in and the kick-out looks? So you maybe touched on it, the biggest point, and that is it's more than just the three perimeter players. There's four guys out there at any given moment. Even the most prolific three-point shooter for Akron, the most made threes, is Bowen Hardman, and he doesn't even start. He comes off the bench, and he is open and ready to fire. He's made 65 threes on the season, so Arizona's going to have to get better three-point and perimeter defense from one of those other guys, Carter, Trey Townsend, or Anthony Del Orso, and actually all of them going to have to step up their game.
Well, and that is going to be the big key today, Arizona's perimeter defense against an Akron team that loves to shoot threes. Thank you to Parker & Sons for all your heating, AC, plumbing, and electrical needs. Bear down and call Parker & Sons. Tommy Lloyd coming up next. This is Wildcat Basketball from Arizona Sports Enterprises.
To see the games this football season. Monday and Thursday, get all-you-can-eat wings with Game Card for $19.99. Sunday, get in on the chance to win a big game watch party at Dave & Buster's in front of the big screen, plus other big prizes and weekly winners. Join them now through October 22nd. All day, every day. They'll be offering $5 22-ounce drafts only at Dave & Buster's. Make Dave & Buster's your place to watch the games.
Hello, Wildcat fans. This is Dave Lyons, Director of Southern Arizona for National Bank of Arizona. Like Arizona basketball, National Bank of Arizona has a strong history of tradition. 40 years ago, our bank was founded right here in Tucson with a special emphasis on building strong relationships in the communities we serve. That's why we are proud to sponsor U of A basketball as they continue to inspire Wildcat fans. Rise with us and bear down, Arizona.
If your AC is over 10 years old and you're dreading the inevitable replacement, fret no more. This month, Parker & Sons has state-of-the-art, high-efficiency heating and AC systems for $99 a month. That's just $3 a day. Wow.
$3 a day. That's less than a fast food cheeseburger.
$3 a day? I pay way more than that for a gallon of gas.
And with a yearly utility savings as much as $1,000, it pays to act now. Call Parker today at 520-2, then REPAIR. Parker & Sons. We're not your average Joe.
Sean Furrier for Jack Furrier Tire and Auto Care. If you're driving right now, you may not be thinking about your tires, but chances are they've been tested before. Like that time you swerved to avoid the stray shopping cart that rolled into the street from nowhere? At Jack Furrier's, we've helped Arizona drivers navigate these extreme moments for over 60 years with the right tires. And right now, we've got more rebates and savings than ever. Now's the time to buy. Check out jackfurriers.com for all the details. Jack Furrier Tire and Auto Care, here to get you there.
Tommy, first of all, congratulations on getting the NCAA tournament. I know it was a foregone conclusion a while ago, but when Selection Sunday pops up, you see your name. That's pretty special for this program and certainly for your team and your staff. So I gather it's probably been a pretty good week in that regard.
Yeah, it's been great. You know, at some points early in this year, it didn't look like a foregone conclusion. So I'm really proud of our team for how they hung with it, how they got better, and overcame a lot of adversity early to put us in a situation to see if we can make a run.
All right, so I'm going to go back to the same question I asked you in Kansas City, and that is that your team has played a lot of variety of styles, a very difficult schedule this year. And do you feel that preparation can help them in this event?
Yeah, for sure. I mean, we're playing a team that obviously that we haven't played before, and just kind of put some fresh eyes on them and trying to scout them a little bit. They're an interesting team. I mean, they play with great pace, even analytically, even a little bit faster than we do. They shoot a lot of threes. They're not very big, but I think they play really physical and scrappy. So we've got to come out and make sure our guys are ready to execute a game plan, and we don't need to overreact. If they make a shot or two, we just need to kind of hang with it and see ultimately if we just stick with the game plan, if we can wear them down a little bit.
All right, you mentioned the threes. You played a BYU team, a Texas Tech team, some others that shoot a lot of threes. How does Akron compare or contrast to those?
I mean, I would say similar. They're probably size-wise, they're kind of a little bit like the Texas Tech guards on the smaller side a little bit, and they have some knockdown shooters, similar to like a BYU would, and they're going to play definitely a 4-out, open floor concept. So, we're going to have to do a good job, hustling around, making sure we're tight on our rotations, good on our closeouts, good on our individual defense, keeping the ball in front of us to keep us out of rotation. So, and they're a well-schooled team, and I mean they have a conviction. I mean they're just trying to play a simple brand of basketball where they put 2 on the ball. They have great fundamentals. They move it, and they're always going to have 4 shooters on the floor at all times.
Right. You mentioned pace and three-point shooting. Are they looking for quick shots in their style of play, or are they looking to set things up?
No, I mean I think definitely they're going to be on the quicker side. I think they would, if they can get a wide open transition 3, I think they would take it every single time. So that puts a lot of stress on your defense. There's some ways to combat that. One of them is we can crush the offensive glass, and if we crush the offensive glass and get offensive rebounds and putbacks and really make them dedicate a lot of effort and energy just to getting the defensive rebound, that can kind of slow them down a little bit. And the other way is once they secure the ball, we've got to be sprinting back and solving problems before half court. So real challenging stuff, and we've had to try to execute it at certain points of the season. Sometimes we've done really exceptionally well at it, and other times we haven't been as good. So tonight it matters, and it'd be good to be on the great side of that tonight.
All right, so I'm gathering that Akron doesn't score all their points outside the 3-point line. So what do they do inside?
Well, they spread you, and they get you worried about 3-point shooters, and they're really good finishers, and they do a good job. Their 5s can make layups and get dunks at the rim if your defense gets extended. Individually, they have guys that can put the ball on the floor multiple dribbles in multiple directions and create shots for themselves. So I mean they're a team. I mean I think they're shooting like 60% on their 2s, that's an astronomical number. So we've got to do a good job, not only guarding the 3s, but we can't let these guys get comfortable from 2 as well.
And what kind of defense will you see?
I think for the most part they'll play man-to-man. Probably. I mean, we'll see what they'll do. In the past games they've been switching 1 through 4 and kind of will keep their 5 in more of a traditional drop coverage. They have a little double the post package, and then they've also sprinkled in some 1-3-1 zone and some 2-3. So we feel like at this point of the year we're prepared for all that stuff, and we need to go out and just trust our fundamentals and trust our core beliefs and see if we can execute them.
All right. Now, thanks to head coach Tommy Lloyd. More coming up from Seattle in a moment. This is Wildcat Basketball from Arizona Sports Enterprises.
Cheers to a great day and this ice-cold Corona.
You know what would make this day even better? My grandma's carne asada.
Or your grandma here with us, making carne asada.
She does love a cold Corona.
Throw in some dancing.
We can watch the game.
I'll drink to that.
So a backyard concert with football, food, dancing, and Corona?
And your grandma.
Or we could keep it simple.
Simple is good. Want a Corona?
Thanks. Salud to the perfect day.
Corona, la vida más fina. Get your Corona at ordercorona.com. Relax responsibly. Corona Extra Beer, imported by Crown Import, Chicago, Illinois.
Breakfast!
Mom, my jersey.
In the dryer.
Mom, have you seen my science project?
Front closet.
Hey, I'll run out and pick up your mom's...
Already got it.
Oh, nice.
All right, out the door in 3, 2, 1.
At Banner University Medicine, we're here to help you feel 100% so you can give 110. Because we know your health is what enables you to get where you need to go and bring everyone along with you. Banner University Medicine. Exhale.
Save smart with Hughes Federal Credit Union. Open a money market account to start saving for life's next milestone. Or invest in your future with a certificate account that offers a fixed rate of return. Your funds are insured by NCAA, providing the safety and security you deserve. And we have online and mobile banking to help you keep tabs on your progress. We are here to help you every step of the way to meet your goals. Save smart with Hughes Federal Credit Union.
Don't hold back. Just dive right in. This is Desert Diamond. The round-the-clock, off-the-charts, over-the-top spectacle that puts a shine on any day, anytime. The tables are hot to the touch. The slots are spinning winners every day. And the point spreads are yours for the taking. So go ahead. Live the diamond life. Desert Diamond Casino. Visit ddcaz.com.
An enterprise of the DOMO organization.
Now, minutes from tip-off, here's the Wildcats starting lineup.
Jaden Bradley from Rochester, New York.
Caleb Love from St. Louis, Missouri.
Anthony DeLosa, and I'm from Melbourne, Australia.
Trey Townsend from Oxford, Michigan. Toby Walker, and I'm from Hyde Park, New York.
Tommy Lloyd, Tucson, Arizona. That's my starting lineup, and this is Wildcat basketball from Arizona Sports Enterprises.
For 100 years, O'Reilly Chevrolet has been part of the fabric of Tucson, just as our Chevy trucks are part of the fabric of America. With that in mind, we're proud to announce it's officially truck season. And this year we have Motor Trend's Truck of the Year, the all-new Chevy Colorado. Test drive your new Chevy truck on Broadway next to Park Place Mall. Call 747-8000 or check out our entire lineup at O'Reilly.com. Don't miss truck season, going on now at O'Reilly Chevrolet. Together, let's drive.
O'Reilly Chevrolet.
Do you often worry you left your garage door open? With the LiftMaster Garage Door Opener powered by MyQ, you'll never worry again. You can control, secure, and monitor your garage from your smartphone anytime from anywhere through the MyQ app. As an authorized LiftMaster dealer, we have smart openers designed for your needs, including belt drive motors for ultra-quiet operation, integrated camera for live video streaming, and battery backup that lets you in when the power is out. The team at Kaiser Garage Doors and Gates are your locally owned LiftMaster professionals. Visit KaiserGarage.com to learn more.
MidFirst Bank, home of the Arizona Athletics banking debit card. Go to midfirst.com/Wildcats for details. MidFirst Bank, true to you, member FDIC. Arizona Akron here in Seattle, first round of the NCAA tournament. This city has a great history with college basketball. The NCAA tournament, the Wildcats have played here before. The most memorable, of course, in 1988. They won 2 games in the regional semifinals and finals, beating Iowa and North Carolina. That earned Arizona's first ever trip to the Final Four, which was held in Kansas City. Last time they were here for an NCAA tournament game was in 1991, Sweet 16 game and a loss to Seton Hall. But the city of Seattle, a deep history in hosting NCAA tournament games. You go back a long ways, and I'm just going to start in 1952. That was the first time they actually had 4 teams in the final. The Final Four started here in Seattle in 1952. They played the championship prior to that without 4 teams. Kansas won that championship in 1952, the first of 6 championships for the Jayhawks. Those games were held at Heck Edmondson Pavilion on the University of Washington campus, which is still there now, of course, as Alaska Airlines Arena, the home of the Washington Huskies. And then I'll jump ahead to 1999, one of the big upsets ever in first-round play. The Weber State Wildcats beat North Carolina at Key Arena, which is the same plot of land we're on right now. First time in 23 years North Carolina had lost a first-round game. And at that same region here in Seattle, here at Key Arena, Gonzaga won it, going 2-0, and that launched the Zags onto what has now become one of the great runs in NCAA tournament history. They beat Minnesota, upset Stanford. Dan Monson was the head coach. After he made the Elite Eight that year, he got hired away by Minnesota. His assistant, Mark Few, took over the Gonzaga program. A year later, he hired a young guy by the name of Tommy Lloyd as a volunteer assistant, and that started Lloyd's coaching career, which is now bridged onto Arizona, and the great success Tommy has had in his 4th year with the Wildcats. It's amazing, Rhino, how these stories blend together when you get into college basketball and deep into the tournament.
Well, and deep into March, you said it. There's narratives, there's storylines. You add Arizona's history here in Seattle. As you mentioned, the last time was a loss, but they clinched their first ever berth into the Final Four in this city in 1988 at the old Kingdome. Brian, you remember that night very, very well. So a lot of success here. Arizona's played Washington a bunch over at the aforementioned Alaska Airlines Arena. But the best part about March is all those storylines, all that history. One of the things, Akron has yet to win an NCAA tournament game but all it takes is 40 minutes of basketball. That's the beauty of the madness that we're about to see here is you throw out all that history, you throw out all that experience. It's what goes on between the lines against the Akron Zips and Arizona.
Yeah, McNeese State can tell you about, getting that first win. Alabama State, even though it was in the first four, again, a couple of teams that earned their first ever win, so you never know where it's going to come from. We might mention this is the second session here today, so after the first two games, the arena is emptied. Everyone has to leave. They had, if not a full house, pretty close to it earlier today. So all those fans, we're talking 17,000 plus, had to go out of the building. If they have tickets for the second session, now they're coming back in. So we will not have a full house here when this game starts. It's impossible. You can't move that many people out and then back in, particularly when you have to go to the security and everything. And we've been through this before. There's actually more fans in here than we've been to a couple of sites before where we could probably count on two hands how many fans were in the arena when the game tipped off. So,
which makes for a very weird start to the
Yes.
NCAA tournament for a team. You feel like you're in. You had the energy of the building. You probably watched the end of that Maryland Grand Canyon game, and then you come out and it's an empty building. So you've got to derive that excitement, that energy. You got to bring it from within. Don't let the court running up and down the court 10 times before you get going. You got to start from the tip.
Arizona will have the home court advantage in terms of, their seeding as the higher seed, and also they'll have more fans here. You can understand Akron's a ways away back in Ohio, and there's a great fan base here in the northwest of Arizona fans. We see that every year when we came up here with the Pac-12 road trips. Arizona sold out its allotment plus ticket-wise, and so it'll be a great atmosphere. But I'll tell you what, Louisville had a great atmosphere yesterday, and it didn't make any difference at all. So you still got to go out and play. And speaking of this building, Climate Pledge Arena opened in 2001. It cost $1.15 billion to construct. It's home of the Seattle Kraken of the NHL, the Seattle Storm of the WNBA, and Seattle University plays a handful of its games here. This is on the same plot of land that in 1962, this building was opened as part of the Seattle World's Fair. It was called the Washington State Pavilion at that time. It did not host sports. It was just an exhibition hall. And then it was renovated in 1964 for basketball and hockey. Seattle Supersonics started playing in 1967. Later, it was renovated to become Key Arena, reopened in 1995. They hosted NCAA tournament games there in 1999. We mentioned that. Also 2015. Arizona played Gonzaga here back in 2011 when it was Key Arena. But then that place was not entirely destroyed. The roof of this building is the original roof from 1962. It's 44 million pounds. They hoisted it up and built this arena underneath the roof and opened it up here about 4 years ago. And it is gorgeous. It is technology as good as you can get. Incredible scoreboard, sound system. And, of course, the city of Seattle is hoping to get the NBA back. And they are ready to go when that happens. With every three-pointer the Wildcats hit tonight, Lexus of Tucson will donate $100 to our local charities. Experience amazing today at Lexus of Tucson in the Tucson Auto Mall and at Speedway in Columbus. As mentioned, the Wildcats as the home team, higher seed, will wear their home white uniforms turned in Cardinal and Navy. Akron will go in its blue and gold road uniforms, and we're about ready to go here. Don Grosh, the head coach, 4 seasons at Ohio before coming over here to Akron. He also was the head coach at Illinois for 5 years. He's been around. He beat his brother, Travis Steele, who's the head coach at Miami of Ohio, to win the MAC tournament championship. So again, the storylines continue, and we're ready to play ball. Our officials are Michael Greenstein, William Covington, and Kelly Pfeiffer. And here's the jump at center court. It's won by the Wildcats, and they're moving left to right from our vantage point. We're underway. Jaden Bradley will take it down off to Del Orso and high to Caleb Love. Love slides right. Here comes the double team. Cross court to Del Orso. Left side Bradley. Open for three. Takes it and hits it. Our first Lexus of Tucson charity three from Jaden Bradley. He's now made 4 of his last 7 outside the arc. 3-0 Arizona. Akron with the ball the other way. Point guard Varia Johnson down to the right side. Bounce it off in the lane. Shovel it out underneath. Aquino misses the lay-in. Rebound Caleb Love for the Wildcats. Swanconquo had a shot, didn't take it, or couldn't get it. Here's Del Orso, left corner three ball. That's off the back of the rim, no good. The rebound snagged by Seth Wilson for Akron. 3-0 Arizona. The other way goes Isaiah Gray. Drives inside. Shot didn't come close to the rim. Ball loose, grabbed by Trey Townsend. Outlet to Bradley. Wildcats will run it the other way. Minute into the ball game. JB leads it out Del Orso. And to Townsend. Open for three. He'll take it out there and rattle it home for Trey Townsend. Alexis of Tucson Charity three.
How about 3 shots, all from beyond the arc, 2 for 3? That's a good start.
And now Akron, great three-point shooting team with the ball. Johnson driving inside. His runner off the rim, no good. Rebound loose down on the baseline, and it's batted out of bounds. Nice job there by Okonkwo to knock it off the back of Jaden Bradley. So Zips will keep it here with 18:39 to go in the first half. So far, the Wildcats have not given Akron a good look at the basket. Inbounding, Tavaria Johnson, baseline left. Gets it inbounds, gets the ball back corner, looking to work down the baseline. Covered by Caleb Love, moves it out to the wing. Throw it out top for Gray. Gray, dribble drive left. Posted up there, no shot. Out to Wilson, has to force a three up, high off the back of the rim, no good. Townsend, the Arizona rebound. Trey will lead it the other way to Del Orso. Back top, Love, a deep three straight away, and he buries it from Puget Sound. And the Wildcats are up 9-0. Time out. Akron. Well, the team that drains threes, takes threes, they're down thanks to Arizona threes. And wow, what a start for the Wildcats offensively. That was a logo shot for Love.
In transition, Brian, feeling it, walked into it without any hand in his face at all.
So timeout on the floor with 18:11 to go, first half here in Seattle. Wildcats 9-0 over Akron. This is Wildcat basketball from Arizona Sports Enterprises.
Properties is devoted to our community and dedicated to giving back. When you live here, work here, or play here, you are part of something bigger at HSL Properties. With over 30 multifamily communities in Tucson, the HSL team is committed to excellence for our residents and team members. Whether you're looking for a new apartment or looking for a new career, there's something for you at HSL. Check us out at hslproperties.com or hslcareers.com. HSL Asset Management LLC is an equal housing opportunity provider and equal opportunity employer. HSL. It's about community.
Save smart with Hughes Federal Credit Union. Open a money market account to start saving for life's next milestone. Or invest in your future with a certificate account that offers a fixed rate of return. Your funds are insured by NCAA, providing the safety and security you deserve. And we have online and mobile banking to help you keep tabs on your progress. We are here to help you every step of the way to meet your goals. Save smart with Hughes Federal Credit Union.
Hello, Wildcat fans. This is Dave Lyons, Director of Southern Arizona for National Bank of Arizona. Like Arizona basketball, National Bank of Arizona has a strong history of tradition. 40 years ago, our bank was founded right here in Tucson with a special emphasis on building strong relationships in the communities we serve. That's why we are proud to sponsor U of A basketball as they continue to inspire Wildcat fans. Rise with us and bear down, Arizona.
This broadcast of the NCAA Division I Men's Basketball Championship is authorized under broadcast rights granted by the NCAA through Westwood One. It is intended solely for the private, non-commercial use of our audience. Any reproduction, retransmission, or other use of this broadcast without the express written consent of the NCAA and Westwood One is strictly prohibited. Here in Seattle, Wildcats out 9-0. So a prolific three-point shooting team, you would think, could guard three-point shooters, and it's early on, but boy, the Wildcats have sent Akron spinning right now.
Well, if you look at those shots from the three-point line, all 4 field goals for Arizona beyond the arc, you'd have to say this, Brian, all 4 were wide open. And so Arizona knocking down wide open threes, can't fall in love with it. Don't take contested threes if you can get shots that open.
The only miss was by the Wildcats' best three-point shooter in Anthony Del Orso. For the Wildcats, no changes. Akron ball. They'll bring it down to our left. Tavaria Johnson, their point guard, 133 assists on the season. They fielded it out top to Nate Johnson. Leading scorer, drives left, can't shoot over Love. Out top, handed out there. They have made one change. That's Lyles inside, and they get it down low and finally get a bucket from Johnson. But Tavari Johnson puts the Zips on the board. Just over 2 minutes in. It's a 9-2 Arizona lead. Jaden Bradley with the ball, shovel it off to Kayla Love. Around a high screen from Milwaukee. Right corner goes Townsend. Feed it back high for Bradley. And back to Townsend on the right wing. Driving on Gray down to the baseline. Posting him up as the ball knocked away and stolen. On the run, here's Scott. Stops on the left wing. Freshman leaves it back for Gray. First turnover of the ball game for Arizona. And a dribble drive right, and a runner by Tavari Johnson is up and good. He's hit both buckets now for Akron. And both got him in the paint. 9-4 Arizona. Cats with the ball the other way. Del Orso driving right. Ball slapped out of bounds by Tavari Johnson. So it'll be Arizona ball, 22 to shoot. And KJ Lewis will make his first appearance of the ball game, replacing Anthony Del Orso.
Yeah, Tavari Johnson, very quick with the basketball. Second leading scorer for the team, just barely by 1 point under his backcourt mate, Nate Johnson. He's dangerous.
Jaden Bradley will inbound the ball backcourt into KJ Johnson, and he'll walk it down near the top of the three-point line. Dribble drive right, leave it high for Owaka. Wing left, it goes to Bradley. Jaden gets into the lane, turnaround jumper up and good. He loves that mid-range game. 2 field goals now for Jaden Bradley. 11-4, Arizona with the lead. Here's Gray the other way with the ball for Akron. Around a soft screen, stops, leave it out for Scott. Circles around, gets into the lane. Runner is up, in and out, no good. Owaka tapped the rebound, comes our way, and it'll go out of bounds. And it will be Arizona ball off of the Zips. And for the Wildcats, Henry Vasar will come in, and Toby Owaka will get a rest. Tommy Lloyd going to take advantage again of his bench, which has been extremely strong, averaging almost 30 points a game. Jaden Bradley will set it up the other way. Wildcats lead at 11-4. Out to Love, center circle. KJ sets a screen. Love around it to the right. Step back. 3 ball up. Rims out, no good. And the rebound snagged by Shamash Scott for the Zips. He'll drive it the other way. Stops on the right side. Out top, it goes to Lyles in the lane. And there's Tavari Johnson again. He's hit 3 buckets now for Akron. Wildcats will need to slow him down. Arrows on the ball the other way. Here's Love, cross court to Lewis, off to Bradley. Back top, Vasar. From the ball bit, got it back over to Bradley. Bradley steps left, shoots a 3, off the mark, no good. And the ball will go out of bounds. It will be Akron ball backcourt. And we've got a timeout with 16 minutes to go in the first half here in Seattle. Arizona 11, Akron 6. This is Wildcat basketball from Arizona Sports Enterprises.
If you have old windows, they are probably driving up your energy bills. Upgrade with new windows from the Window Depot. The Window Depot provides unbeatable value and a wide variety of in-stock and custom order windows to fit your style and budget. With our exclusive SI window brand, made right here in the USA, you'll get a full lifetime warranty, including glass replacement, for ultimate peace of mind. Order online at thewindowdepot.com or visit a location near you and start your project today. Experience the best prices, the biggest inventory, only at the Window Depot.
Hughes Federal Credit Union has an online account that fits your needs and lifestyle. With our free checking account, there are no monthly fees and no minimum balance. 24/7 mobile and online banking, unlimited bill pay, a free Visa debit card with your choice of designs, and a vast network of fee-free ATMs. Or upgrade to a checking plus rewards account that offers discounts, deals, valuable services, and so much more. It's easy to sign up online at hughesfcu.org/checking. Certain restrictions apply. Insured by NCAA.
Hi, Alex Medina, owner of Oral Ford. I was just saying to my ad agency the other day, if I could just get people to go to my website, they'd see the transparency. They'd see I don't have dealer add-ons, that my advertised discounts are on all my vehicles, not just a select few. I said to him, if I could just get people to go to oralford.com, they'd see the rebates are crystal clear and you save thousands with 2% lower taxes. It's all right there. My website is oralford.com.
Wildcats of 11-6. We'll pause 10 seconds for station identification. This is Wildcat basketball from Arizona Sports Enterprises.
Your home for everything Arizona Wildcats. You're listening to Wildcats Radio 1290, KCUB Tucson, a Cumulus media station.
Thank you to our sponsor, Desert Diamond Casinos, proud partners of the Arizona Wildcats and enterprise of the Tohono O'odham Nation. Brian Jeffries, Ryan Hansen, courtside here at Climate Pledge Arena in Seattle. Wildcats and the Akron Zips in a first-round game. Arizona 4 of 7 from the floor. Akron is 3 of 8. The Wildcats made their first, well, they were 3 out of 4 from three-point range. Now they missed a couple. Akron has taken only 1 3-point shot so far, and against is a team that averages almost 30 a game. So Arizona's defense so far has done what they wanted, make them a driver, although Tavari Johnson has driven successfully. On the other hand, the Wildcats, and we'll go back to what we mentioned before the tip-off, Rhino, don't fall in love with the three. Arizona doesn't need the three to win this game.
Yeah, the last couple of three-point attempts to me were contested, not wide open. Those are ones you can turn down. Defensively, Arizona has to watch out for back cuts. 2 of the 3 buckets from Tavari Johnson have come off of a back screen.
Tavari Johnson will bring it down for Akron. Feed it right for Nate Johnson. Jumper is up and good. Nate Johnson's first bucket of the ball game. He's their leading scorer at 14 points a game. It's 11-8. Favor Arizona. The Wildcats jumped out to a 9-0 lead here. Now lead it by 3. KJ Lewis had to bounce it inside, and it's knocked away and stolen. There goes Tavari Johnson on the run the other way. Second Arizona turnover, and Johnson wait for his teammates to catch up there. Goes at the high post to Amani Lyles. Hand it back to Tavari Johnson. Drive right of the lane, stop there. Bounce pass out to Nate Johnson. Goes behind his back. Spin move in the lane. Fadeaway is up. Rolls off no good. Facear there for the Arizona rebound. There the Wildcats will push it back the other way. Head to Jaden Bradley to a trailing Facear. Off to Love. Love drives right. Stops there. Inside Facear. Fouled. Are they going to count it? No. They're going to say foul before he went up. He made the shot, but it will not count. And he will go to the free throw line here with 15:04 to go in the first half. Or check that. They're going to say not in the act of shooting, so they'll inbound baseline right. First foul against the Zips. And that's going to go on Hardman, who just checked in the ball game. More on that in a moment. Inbounds will go backcourt again to KJ Johnson. And the Wildcats will set it up from there. Feed it high left. It goes to Bradley. Work it to the free throw line. Throw it inside. Facear blocked, but he's fouled again. And this time in the act of shooting. And so, yeah, when you got a 7-footer in there and there is no answer on the Akron side, the Wildcats have got to take advantage of that.
Yeah, Arizona gets him 2 times in a row on a pick and roll from the left side of the floor. Jaden Bradley this time throws it up top. Henry Facear has that size advantage. Throw it at the rim. Let him go get it.
Shawan Young, the foul, his first. First free throw is no good by Facear. Wildcats, who are 15th in the nation in free throw shooting, 78.4% as a team, one of their major strengths. Facear shoots 70% at the line and misses 2 in a row. And it's Akron ball. Down by 3. And across midcourt. Mark Scott out to Nate Johnson. Drives right, stops there. Didn't take the shot over Carter Bryant. Throw it back out to Scott. Matched up on KJ Lewis. Scott nothing to Lyles. Top of the circle. Backdoor cut inside. Shot blocked by Carter Bryant. Young with the shot and rejected by Bryant. Cats with the ball the other way, leading by 3. Here's Love, and he traveled. Third turnover for the Wildcats. 14:24 to go. First half, it'll be Akron ball.
Akron, not a defense that really turns you over a lot. They forced 12 turnovers. That's not a ton. That was an unforced error for Caleb Love on the travel. Just got a little too quick trying to take his man off the bounce.
Okonkwo back in for Akron. And the Zips with the ball. Tomas Scott across midcourt. Off to Nate Johnson. Around a screen. Drives right. Jumper up there. A little push shot. Missed no good. The rebound. Caleb Love for Arizona. Outlet, it goes to Carter Bryant. Wildcats will push it the other way. Cross court over to KJ Lewis. And he traveled. 4 Arizona turnovers here now in the first half. And again, as you just mentioned, right, unforced errors.
Yeah, feeding right into what Akron wants. They are laying off of Arizona's perimeter players, wanting them to drive, and KJ too quick again. Turnover.
Zips down by 3 with the ball. Scott out top, around a screen, settles for a 3 out there, and they get one, and that's the first probably of many 3-point shots. Tomas Scott shoots 37% out there. 11-10, and here's Facear going for the dunk, missed it. Follow dunk is good. First bucket for Henry Facear. 13-10. Now they only gave Akron 2 points on that last shot. We'll go back and double check that. Here's Nate Johnson with the ball for the Zips. Works it down to the left elbow. Can't get a shot up over Lewis. Inside to Young underneath. And Carter Bryant with a rejection on Okonkwo. And Arizona with the ball the other way. Here's Lewis underneath. Carter Bryant slams it home.
Size matters in the post. Carter Bryant really showcasing that length.
35 block shots for the freshman. 2 already here tonight. Wildcats lead at 15-10. Zips with the ball. Driving right. Little runner up and good by Scott. And the freshman with his second bucket of the ball game. Arizona back the other way. Here's a drive by Lewis. Jumper baseline over the rim. No good. Faceoff offensive rebound. Out to Love. Looked at the 3. Drives right. Jumper for 2. Back of the iron. Carter Bryant, the rebound, knocked away and tied up. And that will be Akron ball on alternating possession. So 12:38 to go first half. Anthony Del Orso will return for the Wildcats. And for Akron, we'll see Seth Wilson back in, along with Isaiah Gray. Cats by 3. And Akron ball backcourt. Barry Johnson, junior point guard, will bring it down. Set it up on top. Del Orso on him defensively. Swings around the screen. Johnson drives right. Runner is up. Around and off. No good. Jaden Bradley the rebound. Arizona will push it the other way. JB weaving his way up through traffic. Drives right. Stops there. Kick it high. Del Orso. Over to Lewis on the left wing. Out it goes to Faceoff. Over to Bradley. Jaden to the left elbow to KJ Lewis for 3. That's over the rim. No good. Long rebound chased down by Tabari Johnson. For the Zips, Akron with the ball, down by 3. Here's Johnson driving down to the baseline, won't shoot over Basar. Reverse lay-in, misses, no good. Basar the rebound. Outlet Bradley. Cats on the run the other way. Bradley down into the lane. Tough runner is up and good.
Jaden Bradley has enough strength. He needs to just drive it over and over to the lane. Excellent use of the slow-down dribble.
17-12, Arizona. Gray with the ball, almost knocked away, saves it. Beat it out high to Scott. Scott directing traffic. Moves it down to the right wing there. Defended by Del Orso. He's going to take the 3 over him. Missed back in the rim, no good. KJ Lewis, the Arizona rebound. Push it the other way. KJ into traffic. Beat it inside. Del Orso missed the reverse lay-in. And the rebound off it goes to Okonkwo and the Zips to Wilson. He'll fire a 3. That's off the back of the rim, no good. Long rebound taken by Carter Bryant. Outlet. Bradley. Cats running. Bradley in the lane. Knocked away and stolen. Then KJ Lewis steals it back. Got it back. Turns. Knocked away and out of bounds. Arizona basketball. Timeout. 10:58 to go. We all need a rest here. 10:58 to go first half. Arizona 17, Akron 12. This is Wildcat basketball from Arizona Sports Enterprises.
Don't hold back. Just dive right in. This is Desert Diamond. The round-the-clock, off-the-charts, over-the-top spectacle that puts a shine on any day, anytime. The tables are hot to the touch. The slots are spinning winners every day. And the point spreads are yours for the taking. So go ahead. Live the diamond life. Desert Diamond Casino. Visit ddcaz.com.
An enterprise of the DOMO organization.
What's better than a credit card with a low interest rate? How about one with no interest? For a limited time, when you open a new America First Visa, you'll enjoy 0% APR purchases for the first 6 months. Yep, all that buying power and not a single cent of interest for 6 months. That means no interest on summer fun, no interest on back-to-school gear, and no interest on holiday shopping. Interested? Then hurry to AmericaFirst.com to apply for yours today. Introductory variable annual percentage rate. Membership eligibility terms, creditworthiness, and conditions apply. See AmericaFirst.com/Visa for details. Federally insured by NCAA. Equal opportunity lender.
Make Dave & Buster's a part of your weekly rituals. Military Monday, get extra gameplay on your card. Tuesday night is trivia night with great prizes. Thursday is extra credit with student discounts on gameplay after 9 p.m. Stop in Monday through Friday, 11 a.m. to 2 p.m. for lunch specials. One more, rewards members will get an extra 100 chips with a purchase of 100 chips and Sunday sips for hospitality workers. Full and quick service restaurants, hotels, and amusement parks. Discounted beverages and apps after 9 p.m. only at Dave & Buster's.
It's not often your broadcast crew is better than the officials, but, you know, it happens once in a while. We told you that Shema Scott hit a three-pointer earlier, but they only put 2 points on the scoreboard. The officials have gone back to review it. Indeed, it was a 3. So the correct score now is Arizona 17, Akron 13. And the Zips are now 1 for 3 from three-point range. Arizona, meanwhile, 3 of 7, but they started out 3 of 4 from that department. The Wildcats have done everything else they're supposed to. 14-8 lead on the glass, +4 off turnovers, +2 off, I checked that. I've got these reversed here. Akron is +4 off turnovers. Arizona +2 in the paint, where the Wildcats should take advantage of, and +4 on fast break points. Again, areas Arizona should dominate here tonight.
When you watch the Akron Zips get their offense, much of those three-point shots, many of them come off of a drive and kick. So Arizona's staying home on shooters, trying to defend one-on-one on those drivers. Akron still shoots it at a pretty high clip inside the arc. They're going to spread you out. Even their primary postman rarely posts up on the low block. He is a facilitator at the top of the key and a screener all along the perimeter. So the Wildcats will be spread out defensively for the entirety of this game. How they stay attached to those shooters as they get tired will be important.
After review,
so
the two-point shot by Blue has been reversed to a three-point shot.
All right, as we
Blue
just
now
told
has
you.
13 points.
Thank you. 17-13 Arizona. So the Wildcats have turned the ball over 4 times. Akron does not have a turnover. The Wildcats have not committed a foul. Akron has committed 2, although both by bench players. So Arizona ball, baseline right after the timeout. Jaden Bradley to trigger there. Bounce in the lane to Trey Townsend. Wide open to jam it through. Second bucket for Townsend. 19-13, Arizona with the lead. Akron with the ball. Tavari Johnson out top. Standing dribble. Townsend out to defend. Look for Wilson to come through a screen. Nothing there. Steps right. No shot. Feed it off. Hardman in the lane. Nothing there. Back right. Trying to find some room. Lyles. Shot clock at 8. Back to the basket. Nowhere to go. Had it for Tavari Jackson. Almost had it knocked away. Looks at the shot clock. Drives. Jumper up. Off. No good. Rebound Townsend for the Wildcats. Excellent defense for Arizona. Head to Jaden Bradley the other way. Bradley. Kick it off. Lewis. Out top Townsend. For Del Orso. Fake right. Drives left to the bucket. Blocked by Lyles. And out of bounds off Arizona. So it'll be Akron ball back corner.
If you're Anthony Del Orso and you drive there, you need to go off 2 feet. Come to a power jump stop. Go off 2 feet so that you can absorb the contact. Outstanding verticality from Amani Lyles, the best shot blocker on the Zips.
Lyles with his 41st block of the year. Akron ball. They're down by 6. Nate Johnson out top. Looking to get inside on KJ Lewis. Crossover. Can't go right. Goes from Tavari Johnson. Open look at the 3. Buries it from the right corner.
That's what they do. Jaden Bradley comes off of the shooter. Arizona tries to throw it ahead, Brian, here. And another turnover. Jaden Bradley led Tobe Owaka a bit too far. Their 5th turnover of the game. But back to the defensive miscue, Brian. KJ Lewis guarding Nate Johnson. It was Jaden Bradley trying to help on that driver. He left Tavari Johnson, a good 3-point shooter. You can't leave them open.
Tavari Johnson walks it across midcourt. 19-16 Arizona. Johnson open, doesn't take the shot, goes right corner. Hardman for 3. That missed no good. Long rebound chased down by Caleb Love. Arizona with the ball the other way. Love, quick feet ahead to go to KJ Lewis, forecourt right. Back high for Owaka. Looking inside, Townsend being fronted. They get it to Del Orso. Back Lewis, right corner Townsend. Top it goes Del Orso, puts it on the floor. Fire it right corner. KJ for 3. That's back of the rim, no good. Townsend the offensive rebound. Shot over. Hardman is good for 2.
That's a matchup advantage for Trey Townsend being guarded by a 6'3" smaller man. He took advantage with the power.
7 points for Trey Townsend. Shot inside, missed no good by Nate Johnson. Cats with the rebound. Owaka head to Love. Love. Feed left wing, Townsend, handed off to Love. Fires the deep 3, off, no good. Townsend offensive rebound, and he's fouled on his way back up with 8:48 to go in the first half. Well, the Wildcats, we knew they had to dominate the glass to win this game, and so far they are doing exactly that.
Yeah, plus 10 on the glass now, 19-9 for Arizona. Trey Townsend, 2 back-to-back offensive rebounds because the man guarding him cannot handle his size.
Foul on Seth Wilson is first. At the free throw line, Trey Townsend, who misses his first. The Wildcats now 0 for 3 at the free throw line, which is unusual the way this season has gone at the stripe. Townsend shooting 82%. Did not score against Houston in the title game in Kansas City, played just 8 minutes. But prior to that, he had been solid down the stretch. Misses another one. Owaka steals the rebound and lays it in. Again, height to the Wildcats' advantage. 23-16, Arizona with the lead. Akron with the ball. Scott across midcourt. Matched up on KJ Lewis. Drives right. Out to Lyles. Passed up the three. Spin move down the lane. Laid up. Roll it off. No good. Owaka, the Arizona rebound. Outlet to Love. Caleb driving hard. Stops left. Out top. Owaka drives into the lane. Guess what? Another Arizona turnover. Foul on top of that against Owaka. 6 turnovers for the Wildcats now. And Owaka picks up his first foul. First foul against Arizona in the game.
As the trail postman and Tobe Owaka was filling that role, he just needs to catch it, come to a 1 count, and reverse it. It's not in his wheelhouse to put the ball on the deck and drive it straight down the pike. Akron's too good defensively to allow that easy drive.
Teron Young will take it down for Akron. Get out to Lyles. Right side, jumper up, straight away. Off the mark, no good. Off the hands of Scott. Rebound, KJ Lewis. Then he gets fouled. Tripped in the backcourt by Lyles. That'll be the first on Amani Lyles. Now 14 fouls on Akron. Arizona ball backcourt. 8:07 to go first half. Arizona up by 7. And for the Zips, they'll go back and bring in James Okonkwo. He is their big man against Henry Basar, and he looks small. Stand next to Henry. Basar, top of the circle with the ball. Out high left it goes Del Orso. Feed it inside. Townsend posted up on Gray. Backing him down into the lane. Turnaround hook is good. Boy, Townsend lighting it up here early on. 9 points, takes over the team lead in scoring. And the Wildcats lead at 25-16. Akron the other way. Gray out high left with the ball. Going to drive on Townsend. Hand it off to Nate Johnson. Back to Gray left corner. Passed up to 3. Gets inside down to the block. Posted up into the lane. Foul. Late whistle on Caleb Love. That'll be his first. Team second. And timeout on the floor. 7:30 to go. First half here in Seattle. Wildcats 25. Zip 16. This is Wildcat basketball from Arizona Sports Enterprises.
At University Termite and Pest Control, we handle all your pest problems. Maybe a few family ones, too.
Wait, you can even take care of my in-laws?
I always tell people we'll take care of anything, even in-laws. You just have to dig the hole.
Okay, but seriously, is it okay for our pets?
Absolutely. It's okay for pets, kids, anything you want to live, will live.
Call us today at University Termite and Pest Control. We'll squash those pests and enjoy it.
Right Way Heating, Cooling, and Plumbing is the ultimate team when it comes to your home's comfort.
Thinking about replacing your heating and air system? It's free furnace season at Right Way.
These are some of the slowest months of the year. We have equipment in stock and our crews are available.
And we're including an 80% furnace absolutely free with the purchase of an air conditioning system.
And if that's not enough, we're offering 60 months no interest financing, tax credits up to $2,600, energy efficiency rebates, and 10-year parts and labor warranty.
Call or text 520-200-2422 today or visit rightwayac.com.
Ready to score a new vehicle? Whether you are looking for a new car, truck, or electric vehicle, at Royal Kia, we know exactly what you want. A quality vehicle at a great price and to be treated fairly. We stand by our transparent online pricing, offer a 72-hour buyback guarantee, and you work with our no-pressure, non-commissioned sales staff. Royal Kia, the dealership that's different. OAC plus tax, title, license, dealer installed options, and $589 doc fee. Royal Kia, Speedway in Columbus, or RoyalKia.com.
All right, here in Seattle, it's a 25-16 Arizona lead. The Wildcats have made 11 of 22 from the floor, and Akron at 7 of 25. Trey Townsend, 4 of 4 from the floor. He hit a 3, 9 points, and 5 rebounds. And you probably know Trey's story. Of course, he was at Oakland University, That was his dream school and had a great career there. He was the Horizon League Player of the Year last season. They made the NCAA tournament. That was part of his dream. But he wanted to take that next step. He wanted to go now and finish out his career at a school where he thought could make a deep run into March Madness. He chose Arizona, and you know what he's feeling right now, getting to this event again and wanting to make the most of it.
When you look at matchups in this NCAA tournament and how Trey has had to elevate his game throughout the course of the season, he's played against bigger, stronger, taller guys for the majority of the season. This style fits him better. There are many times a 7-footer hates being guarded by a 6'5" or a 6'4" guy because it just feels awkward to them. This is Trey Townsend's wheelhouse. He's used to being defended in the post by smaller guys. He could have one of those nights tonight if Arizona continues to feed him in the post.
Townsend remains on the floor along with Del Orso, Love, Basar, and Bradley. It'll be Akron ball baseline left, 7:30 to go in the first half. And the Wildcats up here 25-16. Now Scott will inbound it, senior out of Cleveland. Puts the play in motion. Bounce it left side, knocked out by Love. Pass intended for Nate Johnson. So they'll do it again, this time not quite in the corner. And switch it up and have Sharon Young inbound it there. Del Orso guarding the sideline. And Young will get it inbounds. Out to Scott, double team, throw it out to Nate Johnson near the center circle. Back to Scott. Back to Nate Johnson. Tries to get inside on Love, down to the right corner. His jumper is up, high off the rim, no good. Rebound off of Gray and grabbed by Love for the Wildcats. Outlet to Bradley. Arizona will push it the other way. Leave it for Del Orso. Guess what? Stepped on the sideline. Turnover number 8 on Arizona. 8 here in the first half. We've got still 7:10 to go.
And we've said it too many times. That's an unforced error for Arizona. Vasar running down the middle of the floor, wide open. ADO steps on the sideline, not being defended. He just stepped out of bounds and touched it when he came back in without reestablishing.
So Zips get the ball back now. Tavari Johnson returns. He'll set it up top. Around a high post, drives left, turns, kick it out top. Johnson squares up, fires the deep three out there, rattles in and out, no good. Rebound, knocked back in bounds, but job by Arizona. Face hard, stolen by Nate Johnson. Throw it inside, slam dunk miss, but a foul on Basar. Yes, Okonkwo went up for the dunk, came up short, but Henry called for the personal.
You can't say it enough, Brian. 9 turnovers for Arizona. That one, another uncharacteristic, just poor pass from Basar. He gets the rebound. Slow down. Find a guard. You don't have to be on the run.
2 free throws for James Okonkwo. Shoots 67%, misses the first. Senior big man averaging 7 points, 7 rebounds. 2-time transfer, was at West Virginia for 2 years. Was a deep bench player at North Carolina last year. Makes the second free throw. 25-17, Arizona with the lead. Cats with the ball, Bradley. They'll bring it across midcourt. Leave it high for Owaka. One dribble off to Love. Love will drive right into the lane, to the bucket, blocked away. Ball loose, grabbed out top by Nate Johnson, and stolen back. Ball loose again. Bradley comes up with it, then taken back by Nate Johnson. 3 ball straight away, off no good. Owaka snatches up the Arizona rebound. Settle down, guys. Arizona ball. Bradley across midcourt. Arizona up by 8. Bradley puts the play in motion. Leave it high for Owaka. Shovel it off. And for Del Orso, stolen away by Tavari Johnson. Drives to the bucket, lay it up and good.
Turnovers are going to be the absolute undoing for Arizona in this game. Akron taking care of the ball, Arizona careless.
10 Arizona turnovers here in the first half. Love with the ball out high left. Double team, get it to Owaka. Off for Del Orso. Wide open 3 is good. Anthony Del Orso with his first Lexus of Tucson Charity 3. Makes it a 28-19 Arizona lead. Tavari Johnson, the ball out top. For Akron, handed off to Scott. Slides out high right. Gray will come to catch the ball, center circle. Drives it right. Picked up by Del Orso. Back to the basket. Now gets into the lane, fumbled the ball, got it back out to Nate Johnson. Defended by Love. Shot clock at 3. Nate Johnson trying to clear space. Jumper up, off no good. Rebound tapped up and in. I believe they're going to give it to Okonkwo. And makes it a 28-21 Arizona lead. Cats with the ball the other way. Townsend ahead to Love. Bounce pass, Owaka. Fired out, Delorso. Left side, Bradley into the lane. He's fouled by Gray. That will be the first on Isaiah Gray. 5th team foul on Akron. Clock at 4:52 showing here in the first half. Wildcats will inbound with 20 to shoot. Baseline left. Carter Bryant, J.J. Lewis back for the Cats. Delorso and Townsend to the bench. Jaden Bradley will do the inbounding. 4:52 showing. Wildcats lead at 7 right now. Bradley looking to inbound, going to go ahead almost into backcourt. A walk out, jump Nate Johnson for the ball. Get it to K.J. Lewis, cross court. Lewis, left-handed dribble, top of the circle to Bradley, back to K.J. Gets to the free throw line, stop there. Almost knocked away, gets the ball back. 7 on the shot clock. Needs some help now to Carter Bryant. Bryant steps left, fires a 3, drains a 3. Carter Bryant with Alexis of Tucson Charity 3. 31-21 Wildcats, their biggest lead of the game. Jabari Johnson handed off to Lyles. Johnson driving right, down to the baseline. Gets it inside Nate Johnson, and he's fouled by Carter Bryant. First on Bryant, 14 foul on Arizona.
Carter Bryant bails out Arizona on a shot clock that was winding down. Boy, his level of play and his potential, the ceiling is so high for him. What NBA scouts love is that knockdown shot ability that he hit right there.
Nate Johnson to the free throw line to shoot 2 with 4:17 showing to the first half. Short on the first one. Free throws have not been good for either team so far. Arizona is 0 for 4. Akron is now 1 of 3 at the line. And one more coming here for Nate Johnson. 92nd career game for the redshirt junior. And rolls that one in. 3 points for Nate Johnson. 31-22. Wildcats with the lead. Jaden Bradley with the ball the other way. Works down to the left wing. Throw it out top, K.J. Lewis. Matched on Hardman. Back to Love. Love driving on Nate Johnson. Runner is up and good. Boy, Caleb Love, that is such a pretty shot. His second field goal. 33-22 Wildcats. Near steal by K.J. Lewis, but he stepped on the sideline. That won't be a turnover. He just knocked the ball away and almost had a steal. Timeout on the court. 3:50 to go. First half here in Seattle. Arizona 33, Akron 22. This is Wildcat basketball from Arizona Sports Enterprises.
Crest Insurance is about more than providing coverage. It's about creating your safety net. We offer access to a national network of trusted carriers. Whether you need home, auto, or business insurance, we're here to help with a personal touch that's close to home. With Crest, you're not only protecting what matters most, but also helping to build stronger, more resilient communities. Crest Insurance. Coverage you can trust. Service you can count on.
Hey Wildcat fans, get ready for another rockin' season with a better tasting, healthier protein beverage, Rockin' Protein. Whether you enjoy a hike, jog, yoga class, or simply cheering on the Cats, you need Rockin' Protein. Locally made in Arizona, this high-quality protein beverage helps you get the results you want, and it's made with real Shamrock Farms milk, so it tastes delicious with no chalky aftertaste. Look for it in the dairy case. Rockin' Protein, proud to be the official protein beverage of the Arizona Wildcats. Bear down.
Desert Toyota is a proud sponsor of your Arizona Wildcats. Looking for a winning deal? Check out Desert Toyota's fantastic selection of pre-owned vehicles. We're always taking in the finest one-owner trade-ins, ensuring you get top-quality vehicles. From pre-owned Toyotas to every make and model, we've got something for every driver. And remember, the best new cars make the best used cars. Come by and say hello to our general manager, Joel Ryan, and explore our championship selection of pre-owned vehicles today at Desert Toyota. And go Wildcats!
Sean Furrier for Jack Furrier Tire and Auto Care. If you're driving right now, you may not be thinking about your tires, but chances are they've been tested before. Like that time you swerved to avoid the stray shopping cart that rolled into the street from nowhere. At Jack Furrier's, we've helped Arizona drivers navigate these extreme moments for over 60 years with the right tires. And right now, we've got more rebates and savings than ever. Now's the time to buy. Check out jackfurriers.com for all the details. Jack Furrier Tire and Auto Care, here to get you there.
Thank you to our sponsor, Coca-Cola, proud partners of the Arizona Wildcats. Experience game day with the great taste of Coke Zero Sugar. This is the best Coke ever. Try and decide. Arizona leading 33-22. So the Wildcats have shot 54% so far. They've made 14-26, 5 of 11 three-point shooting. They've out-rebounded Akron 25-11. The Zips are shooting 29% from the floor. They're 2 of 8 from three-point land. And you would think the Wildcats were absolutely dominating this game. Now, they're up by 11. There's nothing wrong with that. But you've also got 10 turnovers leading to 8 Akron points that have kept the Zips there.
Yeah, that's absolutely kept Akron in the basketball game. Arizona, with that field goal percentage, if they just convert on half of those 10 turnovers, this is a 20-point advantage. But it's not. Arizona has been careless with the ball. They've stepped out of bounds with the basketball. Akron here has a chance to cut into the largest lead Arizona's had of the night.
All right, Zips with the ball. Tabari Johnson matched up on K.J. Lewis. Drives it right of the lane. Stops there. Nowhere to go. Out. Nothing for Wilson right away. Circles top. Leave it for Lyles. 5 to shoot. He'll take a 3 and hit it over Owaka. Not a guy that takes a lot of them, but Seth Wilson. Check that. Lyles drains the 3. 32% shooter out there. 33-25 Wildcats. Bradley down full court right with the ball for Arizona. Owaka being fronted, so they reverse top to Lewis. Over to Love. Back to KJ. Drives right. Jumper is up and good. KJ Lewis with his first points of the night. 35-25 Arizona. Akron with the ball the other way. Lyles holding it top of the three-point line. Looking backdoor. Got it to Nate Johnson. No good, but he's fouled by Caleb Love. That'll be the second on Love. Well, one other note on the Arizona turnovers right now. They've got 10. It's been an equal opportunity turnover team. 7 of the 8 players have a turnover for Arizona so far. Only Carter Bryant has avoided it. Free throw line, Nate Johnson, where he just made 1 of 2. 2-time MAC Player of the Year. First free throw up and good.
Very good with the basketball. Arizona trying to deny him a catch. Caleb Love defending him very tightly, but as we've spoken about, Akron's offense spreads the floor. Their 5-man sits at the top of the key, and the offense flows through him. Another back cut catches Arizona napping.
Nate Johnson hits both free throws. Johnson just 1 of 7 from the floor. He had 22 against Miami in the MAC title game. Made 8 of 13 in that contest. Cuts it to an Arizona 8-point lead right now. Basar back, top of the circle, handed off to Bryant, inside Townsend. Posted up, spins, and banks it home. Trey Townsend gets to double figures here in the first half. 37-27 Arizona. Nate Johnson with the ball down to Lyles. Out between the rings. Holding there to Tabari Johnson. Tabari Johnson works his way down right of the lane. Runner up. No, they whistle it off. Illegal screen on Lyles. And that'll be a turnover, just the second on Akron.
On-ball screen at the top of the key. Henry Vasar guarding Lyles, and Lyles moved all the way down the floor to try to block off Henry Vasar from protecting the rim, and that's where Tabari Jackson was replacing Lyles, going right to the rim. Turnover, as you mentioned, just number 2 on Akron.
Second foul on Amani Lyles. Arizona ball the other way. 2:20 to go first half. 10-point Arizona lead. Jaden Bradley works it down to the right wing. Standing dribble there to Townsend. Matched up on Gray. Here comes the double team. Townsend dribbles out of it. Over to Bradley. Bradley into the paint. To Townsend. Looked at the 3. Top of the circle. Feed it off to Bryant. Shot clock at 7. Go to Townsend. Left to the lane. 4 to shoot. Townsend trying to create. Jumpers up side of the backboard. KJ Lewis the rebound, but there's the shot clock violation as the ball never hit the rim. So it'll be Akron ball backcourt.
Technically a turnover. Arizona unable to really get into good offense. Trey Townsend and Jaden Bradley in a 2-man game, not able to take advantage. Akron switched up defensively and came with a double to try to get the ball out of Townsend's hands.
12th Arizona turnover. Akron with the ball. Nate Johnson out top. Lost the handle on the ball. Picked up by Carter Bryant. Lead pass down to KJ Lewis. Lewis to the bucket. Laid up, missed it. But there's Jaden Bradley with the follow 2.
Excellent recovery. Jaden Bradley never gave up on the play, expecting KJ Lewis to finish it. He ran in there, heady play.
39-27 Arizona. Gray, left wing, drives on Townsend, into the lane, turnaround jumper up and good for Isaiah Gray. First bucket for the senior out of Brooklyn, New York. 39-29 Arizona. Bradley walks it across midcourt. The Cats will set it up from there. Bradley walks the dribble. Out high goes to Vasar. Off to KJ Lewis, and he's fouled by Okonkwo. That'll be his first. 7th team. That would give the Wildcats a 1-and-1 opportunity here with 1:06 to go in the first half. As you would hope, we have not had a lot of fouls called. 12 between the two teams. That's what you'll hope in NCAA tournament games, that the whistles are few and far between. So KJ Lewis to the free throw line. KJ shoots 81% from the stripe. Boy, did he have a Big 12 tournament. 45 points, 16 rebounds, 9 assists, 7 steals in the 3 games. Front end for KJ is no good, and the Wildcats continue a very unusual night at the free throw line. They're 0 for 5. Right side, Tavari Johnson. Out top, Isaiah Gray. Wide open for the deep three. It's high off the rim, no good. Rebound loose, and it's going to go out of bounds off KJ Lewis. And you give Okonkwo credit there, so he kept that alive.
Really good offensive rebounder is Okonkwo. Great effort for him.
So 20 on the shot clock now. I believe Michael Greenstein now saying something to the official score here, but it is, maybe they're changing. They took a second off. 19 to shoot. 51 seconds left in the first half. Tavari Johnson inbound the ball for Akron. Okonkwo catches it left wing, handed back to Tavari Johnson, that is. Johnson puts it on the floor, gets into the lane. Jumper blocked by KJ Lewis, grabbed out of the air by Carter Bryant. And it goes to Bradley. He'll take a glance over at Tommy Lloyd. Walk it across midcourt. The Wildcats will use their timeout here with 34.4 showing in the first half and leading Akron 39-29. Mid-First Bank is home of the Arizona Athletics Banking debit card. Go to midfirst.com/Wildcats for details. Mid-First Bank, true to you, member FDIC. So when we get to halftime, Rhino, and we start analyzing the first half, we're going to certainly look at Arizona's 12 turnovers, but I tell you what, the Wildcats are playing as fast and aggressively as they have all season, and that's why they're leading here by 10.
Arizona doing an excellent job defensively. They have recovered out to shooters, have not given Akron a lot of wide open looks, forcing Akron inside the arc, and case in point, giving Arizona's length and athleticism a chance to recover. KJ Lewis beaten off the dribble by Tavari Johnson at 5'11", but the recovery and the length able to block the shot from 8 feet away. Arizona's defense stepping it up. Akron 11 of 35 from the field. Arizona's length, shot blocking presence, that last possession was outstanding from KJ.
6 block shots for the Wildcats in this game. They average 4 per game, so they have used their length to their advantage. Cats will inbound it after the timeout. 34.4 left in the half, 22 on the shot clock. And Carter Bryant will do the inbounding and roll it backcourt to Jaden Bradley, and they'll put the play in motion from there. Bradley works it straight down on top, shove it off to KJ Lewis. Lewis briefly double teamed, out to Bradley, left corner, Bryant launches a 3, short, rim, follows his own shot, and jams it home with 2 hands running the baseline. Carter Bryant with 7 points, 41-29 Arizona. Akron with the ball the other way, Gray, jumper, left baseline, missed everything. KJ Lewis the rebound. He'll push it in a hurry. KJ coast to coast to the bucket, blocked away by Okonkwo. Grabbed away by Tavari Jackson. 1 second left. Runner is up and good, and they'll count it. And that will give the Zips a little mo going to the locker room. Halftime. Arizona 41, Akron 31. We are back in a moment. This is Wildcat basketball from Arizona Sports Enterprises.
Crest Insurance is about more than providing coverage. It's about creating your safety net. We offer access to a national network of trusted carriers. Whether you need home, auto, or business insurance, we're here to help with a personal touch that's close to home. With Crest, you're not only protecting what matters most, but also helping to build stronger, more resilient communities. Crest Insurance. Coverage you can trust. Service you can count on.
Hey Wildcat fans, get ready for another rockin' season with a better tasting, healthier protein beverage, Rockin' Protein. Whether you enjoy a hike, jog, yoga class, or simply cheering on the Cats, you need Rockin' Protein. Locally made in Arizona, this high-quality protein beverage helps you get the results you want, and it's made with real Shamrock Farms milk, so it tastes delicious with no chalky aftertaste. Look for it in the dairy case. Rockin' Protein, proud to be the official protein beverage of the Arizona Wildcats. Bear down.
Desert Toyota is a proud sponsor of your Arizona Wildcats. Looking for a winning deal? Check out Desert Toyota's fantastic selection of pre-owned vehicles. We're always taking in the finest one-owner trade-ins, ensuring you get top-quality vehicles. From pre-owned Toyotas to every make and model, we've got something for every driver. And remember, the best new cars make the best used cars. Come by and say hello to our general manager, Joel Ryan, and explore our championship selection of pre-owned vehicles today at Desert Toyota. And go Wildcats!
Sean Furrier for Jack Furrier Tire and Auto Care. If you're driving right now, you may not be thinking about your tires, but chances are they've been tested before. Like that time you swerved to avoid the stray shopping cart that rolled into the street from nowhere? At Jack Furrier's, we've helped Arizona drivers navigate these extreme moments for over 60 years with the right tires. And right now, we've got more rebates and savings than ever. Now's the time to buy. Check out jackfurriers.com for all the details. Jack Furrier Tire and Auto Care, here to get you there.
Halftime in Seattle, Arizona 41, Akron 31. The Wildcats led by Trey Townsend with 11 points, 9 for Jaden Bradley, 5 for Caleb Love, 3 points for Anthony Del Orso, 2 for KJ Lewis, 7 for Carter Bryant, 2 for Henry Vasar, and 2 for Tobe Owaka. For the Akron Zips, they were topped by Tavari Johnson. That last second runner gives him 13 points in the first half, 3 for Amani Lyles, 5 points for Shamash Scott, 4 points for Isaiah Gray, 1 point for James Okonkwo, and 5 for Nate Johnson. Halftime, Arizona 41, Akron 31. More coming up in a moment. This is Wildcat Basketball from Arizona Sports Enterprises.
This is Coke Zero Sugar. Could I be the best Coke ever? Try and taste with your ears. Hear those bubbles? Imagine them tingling on your tongue. Fizzy deliciousness. Listen to that cascading liquid. A mouth-watering waterfall. Irresistibly tasty. Zero sugar. Crisp, refreshing, and ice cold. Is Coke Zero Sugar the best Coke ever? Try and decide.
As coach of the Wildcats, I know the importance of teamwork. Right Way Heating, Cooling, and Plumbing is the ultimate team when it comes to your home's comfort.
Is your AC system more than 10 years old and costing you too much in repairs? Beat the heat, call Right Way. Get a new system with 10-year parts warranty, 10-year labor warranty, and 60 months no-interest financing. Make replacing easier on your wallet. Call today.
Don't delay. Call or text 520-657-0699. If it's worth doing, do it the right way.
Well, with one exception, the Wildcats played an outstanding first half of basketball here. They shot 54-5 from the floor, hit 5 of 12 threes. Well, I say two exceptions. They missed 5 free throws in that first half, which is very unusual for them. They had 7 assists in that first half. Out-rebounded Akron 30-13, plus 10 in the paint. I could go on from there, but then we've got to go to the one thing that has hurt the Wildcats, and in some sense, they are lucky to have a 10-point lead here. They turned the ball over 12 times in the first half, and I say lucky because Akron was only plus 4. They only outscored Arizona by 4 points off those 12 turnovers, and it's really kind of a fortunate break for the Cats.
Yeah, but more importantly, Brian, it's 12 attempts that Arizona did not have at the rim. And so even though Akron wasn't able to convert as much directly off those turnovers, those are still miscues that take away that incredible shooting percentage of 55% where you had Trey Townsend posting up, had a huge size advantage in the post, plays to his strengths. Jaden Bradley driving to the lane, stopping and popping. Arizona needs to continue with that. When you look at their defensive numbers against Akron's offense, that's a pretty good half, holding them to 32%. They hugged the shooters. They stayed connected to those shooters to not allow Akron to make a ton of outside shots. They have to remain attentive in the second half, as you can expect Akron to start looking for more threes.
Go back to your initial point. Akron had 4 more shots in the first half than Arizona did. So again, this lead very well could have, should have been a lot bigger than it is. But hey, the Wildcats will take it. Up by 10 at halftime. Scores coming up next as day 2 of the NCAA tournament rolls on. We're here in Seattle, Arizona and Akron. Cats up 41-31. This is Wildcat basketball from Arizona Sports Enterprises.
Wildcat fans, Taco Bell is a proud partner of Arizona Athletics and is ready to serve you. We're open for breakfast. Fire up your mornings with breakfast at Taco Bell. You've heard about Happy Hour? Well, try Happier Hour at your local Taco Bell for $1 beverages. From 2 p.m. to 5 p.m., choose any regular freezes or medium drink for $1. It's the happiest time of the day. Taco Bell is locally owned and operated and is looking forward to serving Wildcat fans. Stay safe, bear down, and live Mas.
Drivers who switch and save with Progressive could save hundreds. With that kind of money, you could go big time and switch to the expensive shampoo with amino acids. Sure, you don't know what those are or why you need them, but it sounds very impressive. And if you switch and save hundreds, you can massage it into your scalp every day. Now, if only you can get people to lean toward your hand to smell those aminos. Switch to Progressive and you could save big time. For shampoo, Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and affiliates, not available in all states. Potential savings will vary.
And I'm David Kelly with your halftime scoreboard update. It's brought to you by Coca-Cola. Tackle game day with the great taste of Coke Zero Sugar. Is it the best Coke ever? Try and decide. Day number 2 of the NCAA tournament finals on the scoreboard. Number 1 seed Duke beats Mount St. Mary's 93-49. Tyrese Proctor, 19 points for the Blue Devils. St. Mary's gets a win over Vanderbilt, 59-56. Number 2 seed Alabama knocks out Robert Morris, 90-81. It was Iowa State over Lipscomb, 82-55. Joshua Jefferson, 10 points, 8 rebounds, and 8 assists for the Cyclones. 12th seed Colorado State in Seattle takes out number 5 seed Memphis, 78-70. And it was Baylor from the Big 12 getting a win over Mississippi State from the SEC, 75-72. Other games in progress right now. Number 6 Ole Miss is leading North Carolina 69-64, and I believe now that game has gone final on the board. North Carolina falls 71-64 to the 6th ranked Ole Miss Rebels. North Carolina and Kansas both out of the NCAA tournament on the first weekend, something that rarely ever happens. Number 1 Florida is leading Norfolk State 86-61. Kentucky is in front of Troy 50-39 second half. As well, second half, 10th seed New Mexico is leading Marquette 43-38. On your U of A scoreboard, Arizona women's tennis loses at Kansas State by a score of 4-1. Softball getting set to get first pitch underway in Tempe against Arizona State. And the baseball team also in action today on the road in West Virginia. And that game right now is being delayed by weather. That is your scoreboard. It is brought to you by Coca-Cola. Tackle game day with the great taste of Coke Zero Sugar. Is it the best Coke ever? Try and decide. Arizona leading that game, however, in West Virginia by a score of 4-1. I'm David Kelly. More coming up for halftime. You're listening to Arizona Sports Enterprises.
It's a busy weekend for Wildcat athletics across the country. The U of A baseball team playing its first Big 12 road series in Morgantown, West Virginia against the Mountaineers. That series will continue tomorrow afternoon and Sunday morning. The Wildcats are back home Wednesday night to host Seattle U at 7 o'clock. And the next Friday, the Cats open a Big 12 home series against the Baylor Bears, 6 o'clock first pitch at High Corbett Field. The U of A softball team also on the road. The Wildcats coming off a 7-3 win at Grand Canyon on Wednesday to improve to 27-4 on the season. Arizona opening a series at ASU tonight. They'll play there tomorrow and Sunday, then head up to BYU next Thursday. Next home game for the U of A softball team at Hillenbrand is Friday, April 4th against Oklahoma State. Women's tennis at Kansas State today. Sunday, they're at Oklahoma State in Big 12 play. Back home Saturday, March 29th. Mark that on your calendar against ASU. Men's tennis at TCU today, at Baylor on Sunday. Their next home meet is on Friday, March 28th against Oklahoma State. Men's golf, next action April 5th and 6th at the Augusta Haskins Award Invitational in, of course, Augusta, Georgia. U of A women's golf is underway Sunday through Tuesday at the Women's Intercollegiate at the Colonial in Fort Worth, Texas. Beach volleyball hosting the Arizona Invitational this weekend. They're back in action in conference play coming up on Wednesday, March 26th against ASU. That'll start at 4 o'clock on the U of A campus. U of A gymnastics team had a fantastic season. They went undefeated at home this year for the first time since 2004. And tomorrow, the Big 12 championships get underway in West Valley City, Utah. Track and field hosting the Willie Williams Classic, always a big one at Drockman Stadium this weekend. Football spring practice underway, of course, and head coach Brent Brennan, before things got started, delivered his State of the Union message in his second year as head coach of the Wildcats.
This has been a great offseason, but I think it's important I give you guys an idea about kind of what our priority has been in the building this offseason. And really, there's been three things. The first is cementing our culture. The second is cementing our personnel. And the third is kind of cementing our performance. And when I talk about cementing our culture, I'm talking about our everyday process-driven approach. And when we talk about cementing our personnel, that started with building the staff, the men that are going to lead our football team, and making sure we had everybody in the right position that gives us a chance to win football games in the fall. And then we had to build our team. And so far at the mid-year, we added 34 new players, 27 portal and 7 high school players. And then we have another 20 high school/junior college players joining us at the end of May. So that's going to be 48 new players on a roster of 105. That is a big number. We're looking for guys that were tough, that love football, and want to be here at the University of Arizona. Yes, they had to have the talent, they had to be good enough, all those things. But those three questions had to be definitively answered for me to say, let's bring them in. And I think we've done a great job of adding really, really good pieces to our team. And then that last piece is cementing the performance. And that started with our strength and conditioning staff and Coach Carroll and what that has been the last 8 weeks. And there's been big gains in that space. 500 pounds of muscle in transition has changed over from what we were at the end of last season to where we are at right now. That is exciting to me. This is what we're doing at Arizona football right now. This is everything we are all about. Cementing our culture, cementing our personnel, and cementing our performance.
And that's head coach Brent Brennan. The Wildcats continue spring ball. Of course, they've got the spring game, the spring showcase coming up, I should say. And they open the season Saturday, August 30th against Hawaii at Arizona Stadium. Season tickets on sale now. All 7 home games. You can check with the McHale Center ticket office at 621 Cats or always online at ArizonaWildcats.com. Couple other quick notes. The U of A women's basketball team finished its season with a loss in the WBIT to NAU, 71-69. The final. The U of A women finished their season with a record of 19-14. And Arizona swimming and diving up here in the Northwest. In fact, they're in Federal Way, Washington, just south of Seattle, for the NCAA championships. 3 divers along with 12 U of A swimmers at that event. Halftime here in Seattle. More coming up. This is Wildcat basketball from Arizona Sports Enterprises.
Don't hold back. Just dive right in. This is Desert Diamond. The round-the-clock, off-the-charts, over-the-top spectacle that puts a shine on any day, anytime. The tables are hot to the touch. The slots are spinning winners every day. And the point spreads are yours for the taking. So go ahead. Live the diamond life. Desert Diamond Casino. Visit ddcaz.com.
An enterprise of the DOMO Nation. Looking for the best outdoor patio in Tucson? Look no further than St. Philip's Plaza at the southeast corner of River and Campbell, where you can sip on Tucson's finest collection of whiskey at Union Public House. Brunch 7 days a week at Reforma Modern Mexican Mezcal and Tequila. And experience our newest restaurant, Proof, proudly serving house-made pasta and artisanal pizza. Enjoy live music and dine under the stars with Union, Reforma, and Proof. Join us at St. Philip's Plaza.
Come out to Dave & Buster's, the best place outside of the stadium to see the games this football season. Monday and Thursday, get all-you-can-eat wings with game card for $19.99. Sunday, get in on the chance to win a big game watch party at Dave & Buster's in front of the big screen, plus other big prizes and weekly winners. Join them now through October 22nd. All day, every day. They'll be offering $5 22-ounce drafts only at Dave & Buster's. Make Dave & Buster's your place to watch the games.
Desert Toyota is a proud sponsor of your Arizona Wildcats. This season, score big with great deals on our all-star Toyota lineup. Check out the MVP Camry, the dynamic RAV4, the versatile Playmaker 4Runner, the unstoppable Tacoma, and the championship-level Tundra and Highlander. And make sure and come by and meet our general manager, Joel Ryan. He's thrilled to welcome you to our home court at Desert Toyota and help you find your all-star vehicle. Desert Toyota is your winning Toyota team. Go Wildcats!
Halftime at Climate Pledge Arena in Seattle. Arizona 41 and Akron 31. The Wildcats shot 54-5 from the floor in the first half, making 18 of 33. 5 of 12 three-point shooting, 42%. 0 for 5 at the free throw line. Akron, 32% shooting from the floor, 12 of 37, 3 of 10 three-point shooting. Keep in mind this is a team that makes 36% from outside the arc and shoots almost 30 a game. So that was a big plus for the Wildcats in that department. The Zips went 4 of 6 at the free throw line. Arizona out-rebounded Akron 30-13. Arizona led by Henry Vasar with 6 rebounds, 5 apiece for Caleb Love and Trey Townsend. And for Akron, their top rebounder was James Okonkwo with 3 in that first half. Again, the Wildcats turned the ball over 12 times to Akron's 3. The Wildcats blocked 6 shots in that first half. Akron had 3 blocks, a couple other miscellaneous categories. Arizona outscored Akron in the paint 24-14, 10-2 in second chance points, 6-4 fast breaks, and 11-8 on the bench. 41-31. So, like we said, Rhino, coming out of the end of the first half, a lot of things the Wildcats did really, really good. I mean, really good. They just can't turn the ball over 12 times.
Yeah, look at them offensively. They really took care of the basketball in stretches, and they scored. And when they didn't take care of the basketball, that kept Akron hanging around. And you look at how they were able to get their shots. Unlikely makes early. Those 3 first made threes in their first 4 attempts got Arizona out of the gates early. Then they started settling in a healthy dose of Trey Townsend in the post, set calls, throwing the ball into him in the low block. Let's remember, he made a living in the Horizon League at Oakland, being defended by smaller post players. This game is meant for him. Arizona needs to continue to give him the basketball on the offensive end. They need to turn down those threes, take care of the basketball, and you'd feel much better about them offensively.
Halftime, Arizona 41, Akron 31. Second half coming up next. This is Wildcat Basketball from Arizona Sports Enterprises.
Cheers to a great day and this ice-cold Corona.
You know what would make this day even better? My grandma's carne asada.
Or your grandma here with us, making carne asada.
She does love a cold Corona.
Throw in some dancing.
We can watch the game.
I'll drink to that.
So a backyard concert with football, food, dancing, and Corona?
And your grandma.
Or we could keep it simple.
Simple is good. Want a Corona?
Thanks. Salud to the perfect day.
Corona, la vida más fina. Get your Corona at ordercorona.com. Relax responsibly. Corona Extra Beer, imported by Crown Import, Chicago, Illinois.
As coach of the Wildcats, I know the importance of teamwork. Right Way Heating, Cooling, and Plumbing is the ultimate team when it comes to your home's comfort.
Is your AC system more than 10 years old and costing you too much in repairs? Beat the heat, call Right Way. Get a new system with 10-year parts warranty, 10-year labor warranty, and 60 months no-interest financing. Make replacing easier on your wallet. Call today.
Don't delay. Call or text 520-657-0699. If it's worth doing, do it the right way.
6 teams out of the East region have advanced so far in the NCAA tournament. Arizona and Akron will join that list. And then the final game here in Seattle tonight, the Oregon Ducks, the 5 seed against the 12 seed Liberty. And we will see a very familiar face in Dana Altman. We'll see some familiar faces in Jackson Shellstad and Nate Biddle with the Oregon Ducks. We'll see if the two meet come up on Sunday, but it would be kind of fun if it was Arizona and Oregon. Just rekindle an old Pac-12 rivalry.
Oh, and it was a rivalry. You think about the last 20 years of Arizona in the Pac-12. It was UCLA or Oregon, essentially, that gave Arizona fits. Really good coaching job by Dana Altman again. He just gets those guys together come March. You mentioned Jackson Shellstad, sophomore now, leading the team as the point guard. He's got the big fella in Nate Biddle, who's really grown a lot. Filled out that frame, a one-time Arizona recruit as a 6'11 big man. He's very skilled, can take you away from the basket. That would be a fun matchup for the narrative, but don't lose sleep on the Liberty Flames, coached by another name from the past, Brian, Richie McKay, formerly the Oregon State head coach. He's got Liberty playing well. They shoot the three, so watch out for them tonight.
Richie McKay has some history in Seattle. He went to Seattle Pacific University, which is right up the hill from the hotel we're staying at right now, and so it's just part of the NCAA tournament and all the storylines that go together. All right, before anybody sits back and say, all right, the Wildcats are in good shape here. They're up by 10. They won't turn the ball over 12 times. Akron was down by 18 in the first half of the MAC title game and came back to beat Miami of Ohio on a last-second shot by Nate Johnson. And so this is a team, if those three start falling here in the second half, they are right back in this ball game.
That is, I think, the key for Arizona defensively. Stay attached to the three-point shooters. You can expect John Gross, the head coach from Akron, to make some adjustments on how Arizona's defended them along the perimeter to try to free up some looks. They are attempted only 10 on the day. That is 1/3 of what they usually would be at 30 in a given day. So I would imagine them dialing some plays up to try to spring Nate Johnson free from the three-point line, amongst others, Sharon Young, Shama Scott. There's a number of three-point shooters that could get going.
Arizona ball to start out this second half. The winner plays on Sunday. The loser, well, the season comes to an end here. Arizona ball to start this out. Jaden Bradley will work it down to our left. Hand it off to Trey Townsend, right wing, out top for Awaka or Del Orso. ADO holding the ball, get in inside. Townsend posted up, backing his way down. Nothing there, double teamed out top ADO. He'll drive to the bucket, stop, lay it up, good, and he's fouled. Boy, nice breaks there by Del Orso, and he gets fouled by Okonkwo, and that'll put ADO at the free throw line.
If you recall the first half, ADO took it right at Okonkwo, jumped off 1 foot, got it rejected. Come to a jump stop, power dribble off of 2 feet. That got him in balance, and it got Okonkwo off the ground, off balance.
Free throw is good. First make it the line for the Wildcats.
They can make free throws.
6 points now for Anthony Del Orso. 44-31, Wildcats with the lead. That is now their biggest lead of the game. Okonkwo top of the key, handed off to Vari Johnson. Drive right, tried to throw it inside, knocked away by Bradley and out of bounds. That won't go as a blocked shot. It was a pass, but just the same, it breaks up the play and gives Akron the ball out of bounds baseline left. Vari Johnson will inbound it, 16 on the shot clock. Awaka guarding the end line. Vari Johnson gets it in left corner. Nothing there right away for Seth Wilson. Backs it out to the corner. Okonkwo catches it left. Mismatch there. Bradley's on him. Okonkwo into the lane. Turns, goes up and slams it home. Well, he found the match that he wanted. Took advantage of it. 44-33. Arizona with the lead. Cats with the ball. Del Orso. Bounce pass. Awaka down the lane. He's fouled by Gray. And on Isaiah Gray, that'll be his second. Now 2 team fouls here in the half on Akron. Again, I just like the aggressiveness the Wildcats have played with today. And there's a good example there.
Yeah, putting their head down, taking it to the rim. That time, Awaka under control.
Bradley inbound baseline right. Has to get it in bounds. Throws it out near midcourt. And Awaka will catch it there. Over for Townsend. Hand it back to Bradley in the left wing. Jaden walks the dribble out between the circles. Over for Love. Back to Bradley. Drives into the lane. Runner is up. Bounces off. No good. Offensive rebound. Townsend inside. Ball knocked away. And then a whistle and a foul call on Akron. Wildcats active inside. And the foul's going to go on Okonkwo.
Turn the tables on that out-of-bounds play. Arizona got bit defensively with a mismatch. Okonkwo being defended by Jaden Bradley in the post. This time, Jaden Bradley being defended by Okonkwo outside on the perimeter. That drive opened up the rebounding lane for Trey Townsend.
3 fouls now on James Okonkwo. That's big, and a miss by Townsend. The Wildcats continue to struggle at the free throw line. Trey shoots 82% on the season, and he's 0 for 3, but he's not alone. The Wildcats are 1 of 7 at the free throw line. A team that led the Big 12 in free throw shooting percentage. Top 20 in the nation. Second throw is up and good by Townsend. Gives him 12 points. 45-33. Arizona with the lead. Tavari Johnson the other way with the ball. Stops top of the three-point line. Handed off to Lyles, straddling the three-point arc. Takes one dribble. Hand it back to Tavari Johnson. Gets into the lane. Won't shoot over Owaka. Throw it out. Nothing there for Wilson. 18 and a half to go second half. Off to Lyles, pump fake. He sure won't shoot over Owaka. Back left, Wilson for 3. Air ball might have been tipped. Grabbed by Bradley. Cats on the run. Feet ahead. Townsend, and he slams it home. Timeout, Akron. Trey Townsend owning Seattle, and the Cats are up 47-33. We're back in a moment. This is Wildcat Basketball from Arizona Sports Enterprises.
Sean Furrier for Jack Furrier Tire and Auto Care. If you're driving right now, you may not be thinking about your tires, but chances are they've been tested before. Like that time you swerved to avoid the stray shopping cart that rolled into the street from nowhere. At Jack Furrier's, we've helped Arizona drivers navigate these extreme moments for over 60 years with the right tires. And right now, we've got more rebates and savings than ever. Now's the time to buy. Check out jackfurriers.com for all the details. Jack Furrier Tire and Auto Care, here to get you there.
Hey, Wildcat fans, the 2024 football season is here, and SeatGeek is here to help you experience all the action. SeatGeek makes it easy to find tickets so you can be a part of all the touchdown celebrations this season. Whether you're buying or selling tickets to Arizona football games or to any other live event in your area, SeatGeek is the place to do it. SeatGeek is the official ticket marketplace of Arizona Athletics. The most disruptive idea in ticketing? A ticket that works. Expect the expected. SeatGeek.
MidFirst Bank, home of the Arizona Athletics debit card. Go to midfirst.com/Wildcats for details. MidFirst Bank, true to you, member FDIC. You know, we talked about Trey Townsend playing in the NCAA tournament last year at Oakland, and that's just part of the story. In his 2 games, he scored 47 points and grabbed 25 rebounds in the tourney last year, and here he is in an Arizona uniform with 14 points and 6 rebounds on 6 of 7 shooting. He's hit a 3. I tell you what, he's blocked a shot. He is having some fun.
Well, let's not lose sight of the fact that it took a little time for Trey Townsend to get going in this season, to adjust to the college game at this level. Then he sustained a concussion, and that made him take a few steps backwards. You could argue he's back to his old self.
10 seconds here for station identification. This is Wildcat Basketball from Arizona Sports Enterprises.
Your home for everything Arizona Wildcats. You're listening to Wildcats Radio 1290, KCUB Tucson, a Cumulus media station.
Here in Seattle, Brian Jeffries, Ryan Hansen, Cats up on Akron. Zips with the ball. Tavari Johnson hands it off to Seth Wilson. Back to Tavari Johnson. Bounce pass, Lyles top. He'll take a 3 up there. Short, front of the rim, rebound. Love, lead pass ahead to Bradley. 2-on-1 now. Bradley pump fake, lay it up. No good. And rebound taken away by Wilson. There go the zips the other way. Seth Wilson down full court left. Out to Tavari Johnson. Back to Lyles. 3-point range. Won't look at the bucket. Handed off Nate Johnson. Works his way into the lane. Throws up a shot. Rolls it off. No good. Rebound loose in the paint. Grabbed away by Owaka. Outlet to Love. Cats run it in a hurry. Love. Right corner. Bradley open for 3. Takes it. Drains it. Jaden Bradley with his second Lexus of Tucson charity 3 of the bowl game. 50-33 Arizona. Here's Tavari Johnson looking to answer. Missed no good. Lyles the offensive rebound underneath. Open Gray and he'll lay it in.
Too much celebration after that made 3 in the corner from Jaden Bradley. Nobody back defensively. They were in scramble mode that entire possession. 6
points now for Isaiah Gray. Arizona ball leading by 15. Love across the top, left to right. Double team, get it to Bradley. Open for another 3. This one short. The rebound Lyles for Akron. Zips looking to get a run going here early, second half. Tavari Johnson down full court right. Gets ahead of Del Orso. Won't shoot over him now. Out top it goes to Gray. Bounce it off to Lyles. Back to Gray. He's open. He lays it in.
High IQ player is Isaiah Gray. And again, that 5-man triggering the offense for Akron.
Transfer from Cornell. Yeah, you figure he's high IQ. Ball kicked at the other end by Akron. It'll be Arizona ball, and Tommy Lloyd will bring his full bench in here. When I say that, Vasar, Bryant, and Lewis.
Akron has 10 assists on the game. You want to know who's the trigger man? It's the center. Amani Lyles and James Okonkwo have shared the duties at center. They have 7 of the 10 assists from Akron.
Cats ball. Bradley leave it for KJ Lewis. Lewis out between the circles. Get it to Love. Hook it underneath. Vasar slam it home. Well run play. Second bucket for Henry Vasar. 52-37 Arizona. Dribble drive left. Tavari Johnson runners up over the rim. No good. Lyles tips the ball out of bounds. It'll be Arizona ball backcourt with 16:09 to go here in the second half.
We've seen all season long, left side of the floor, Caleb Love and Henry Vasar run that on-ball screen and roll action. Caleb, outstanding pass to Henry Vasar.
KJ Lewis with the ball out top for the Wildcats. Get it to Love. Jumper up for 2, and it's good. Caleb Love. Again, he's been so unselfish today. That was just his 6th shot. He also has a 3 assist underneath. Ball got kicked by Arizona at the other end. So it'll be Akron ball after the timeout. 15:47 to go, second half. Wildcats 54, Zips 37. This is Wildcat basketball from Arizona Sports Enterprises.
Do you trust those in charge of your financial future? Trust is founded on 3 core principles: competence, honesty, and benevolence. Those making decisions about your financial future should always place your best interest ahead of their own. I'm Natalie Fernandez-Lee, and at Meridian Wealth Management, fostering trusted relationships with our clients is our top priority. Call us at 719-1433 or visit meridianwealthllc.com to learn more today.
Advisory services provided by Meridian Wealth Management, a registered investment advisor.
Cashback is not available on gas in New Jersey and Wisconsin.
$5,000. That's the average amount of money people in the U.S. are now spending on gas in a year. $5,000. That's crazy. If you drive, you have to download Upside, the free app that gives you cash back every time you get gas. That's right. You can earn real cash back with Upside, just for buying the gas you're already buying. You can literally start earning cash back today.
I use Upside every time I fill up, and I've already made around $200 to $300.
You're putting gas in your car anyway. Why not get real cash back? If you like free money, download Upside.
I'm saving the cash I earn from using Upside to help pay for a vacation later this year.
Download the free Upside app now to earn cash back every time you buy gas. Use promo code FAST25 to get an extra 25 cents per gallon on your first tank. You can cash out anytime right to your bank, PayPal, or a gift card for Amazon and other brands. Just download the free Upside app and use promo code FAST25 for a 25 cents per gallon bonus on your first tank. That's code FAST25 for a 25 cents per gallon bonus.
Climate Pledge Arena in Seattle. First round action of the 2025 NCAA basketball tournament. Arizona leading Akron 54-37. The Wildcats 5 of 8 from the floor here in the second half. They're shooting 56% for the ball game. Meanwhile, Akron 3 of 8. They're shooting 33%. But most importantly for the Wildcats on the defensive end, they've held the Zips to 3 of 13 from three-point range. I mean, Akron is just not getting clean looks. And without clean looks, well, it's not a big part of their game.
Yeah, Tommy Lloyd talked early before the team even got here to Seattle about staying attached and not giving up transition threes. Arizona has done a really good job of staying attached to those three-point shooters, almost to the detriment. A couple of times they've been back cut. And so I think Arizona was willing to give up a little bit of a back cut versus a wide open 3 tonight. We've seen very little transition 3 opportunities for Akron as well. Wildcats starting off here the second half right where you would want to on a 13-6 run.
Shema Scott into the ball game. He'll inbound it for Akron. Baseline right. Vasar guarding the end line. And Scott looking for an open man and bounced it out of bounds. Turnover, Akron. So it'll be Arizona ball backcourt. And again, the Zips have not made a lot of mistakes to their credit. That's just their fourth turnover of the ball game. Arizona, on the other hand, has not turned the ball over in the second half as yet. By this time in the first half, they probably had 6. So here's Jaden Bradley, bring it down the other way. Bradley, leave it out top, Love, over to Lewis. KJ, working the dribble to Love. Little hesitation, back to Lewis. Out top, Love, shot clock at 14, plenty of time. Here comes the double team, bounce it off to Lewis. KJ slashing his way into the lane. Jumper up from there, off no good. Base on the offensive rebound. To Bradley, underneath Carter Bryant. High to catch it. To Bradley, out to Lewis. He's open for 3. He takes it. He makes it. KJ Lewis joins the party. His first Lexus of Tucson Charity 3. 57-37 Arizona. 20-point advantage 5 minutes into the second half. Nate Johnson with the ball. Wildcats have done a great job on him. Handed it off to Hardman. Step back 3 is good. They need him to shoot, and that's his first points of the game. 57-40 Wildcats. Arizona with the ball. Love. Get it cross court over to Lewis. KJ driving right of the lane. Gets down to the baseline and whistle and a travel. Now there's the 13th Arizona turnover, the first of the half. That'll be Zips ball back court.
You go back to Akron's last possession. Their first made 3 of the second half comes from the man Bowen Hardman, who is the most prolific maker of threes for Akron this season.
Shoots almost 40% from the line. They need him to get going here. Young, shot blocked by Carter Bryant. Third block of the ball game for the freshman. Inbounds back to KJ Lewis. Lewis ahead to Bradley the other way. Top for Basar. Spin move over to Bradley. Looking for a seam, gets to the free throw line. Kick it back, KJ Lewis. Looking for his second 3, off the mark, no good. Rebound loose down on the baseline. And scooped up by Young for Akron. And he'll leave it off for Nate Johnson. Top it goes to Scott, center circle. Drives, gets left to the lane, laid up, no good. He's fouled. And we'll go to the line. The foul on Henry Basar. That will be his second. First team foul against Arizona this half. And 6 minutes in to the second half to the free throw line. Will go Shema Scott, a Cleveland, Ohio transfer. Started at junior college level and went to Wichita State for a couple of years. And now at Akron, first free throw is no good.
There is something with these rims for free throws. Both teams. Good free throw shooting team. 75% for Akron. That is a good mark.
It is. They're combined now 6 for 15. And there's a good one for Scott. So it makes it a 57-41 Arizona lead. Cats with the ball. Bradley crosses midcourt now. Young on him defensively. Leave it for Love out near the center circle. Love double team to Basar. Basar in the lane. Shovel it up. Carter Bryant slams it home.
Up the elevator shaft as Carter Bryant dunked it on the way up.
59-41 Arizona. Young left corner with the ball for Akron. Out top. Leave it off. Nothing right away for Scott. Holding it there. Works it inside the three-point line. Left wing over to Young. Young can't shoot, off to Hardman. 8 on the clock. To Scott. Scott driving. Step back, can't shoot. Now he fires it up off balance and makes it. Well, it took a lot of work to get those two. 59-43. Arizona with the lead. Bradley the other way. Young chasing him defensively. Now JB will back it out. Leave the ball off to Love. Caleb. Double team to Basar. Right corner. Del Orso for 3. There you go. Anthony Del Orso with his second Lexus of Tucson Charity 3. Can't leave him open. 62-43 Wildcats. Scott with the ball for Akron. Gets into the lane. Trying to find an opening. Spins. No shot. Back out left it goes. Gamali, who just came in for the first time. Leave it back to Scott. Open look. Left wing for 3. It's good. Second three-pointer for Shema Scott. And we got a whistle. Official stopping things for a moment as the ball rolled away. 12:29 to go second half. 62-46. Arizona with the lead. Wildcats have outscored the Zips 21-15 here in the second half. Both teams have made 5 of their last 7 from the floor. Arizona ball, Bradley out between the circles. Handed off to Basar. And to Love. Drives right, hesitates. Shoveled off. Basar open, slam dunk.
What a sleight of hand from Caleb Love. Comes again off that dribble handoff, attacking the rim, not settling for a jumper.
Fourth assist for Love in the ball game. 64-46. Wildcats with the lead. Kamali with the ball for Akron. Leave it for Nate Johnson. Johnson trying to find some space. Matched up on Love. Gets him into the lane. Shot blocked, but foul called. Well, Nate Johnson, who averages 14 points, leading the Zips in scoring. And the Wildcats have handcuffed him here today big time. He has one field goal from the first half. 11:47 to go. Second half. Arizona 64, Akron 46. This is Wildcat basketball from Arizona Sports Enterprises.
This is Coke Zero Sugar. Could I be the best Coke ever? Try and taste with your ears. Hear those bubbles? Imagine them tingling on your tongue. Fizzy deliciousness. Listen to that cascading liquid. A mouth-watering waterfall. Irresistibly tasty. Zero sugar. Crisp, refreshing, and ice cold. Is Coke Zero Sugar the best Coke ever? Try and decide.
Ready for a night that sizzles? It's all happening downtown. Tucson's heartbeat is alive with mouth-watering eats, hilarious comedy, epic concerts, and late-night vibes. Craving tacos? We got them. Live music? Turn it up. Shopping? Local, unique, unforgettable. Bring your friends, your appetite, and your sense of adventure. Downtown Tucson is calling. Are you in? Visit downtowntucson.com for events, dining, and more. Downtown Tucson. Eat, laugh, live.
Looking for the best outdoor patio in Tucson? Look no further than St. Philip's Plaza at the southeast corner of River and Campbell, where you can sip on Tucson's finest collection of whiskey at Union Public House, brunch 7 days a week at Reforma Modern Mexican Mezcal and Tequila, and experience our newest restaurant, Proof, proudly serving house-made pasta and artisanal pizza. Enjoy live music and dine under the stars with Union, Reforma, and Proof. Join us at St. Philip's Plaza.
Looking for a quality used car? Shop the huge selection at the Royal Pre-Owned Super Center at 22nd and Swan in Tucson or at RoyalTucson.com. Cats lead 64-46. Trey Townsend 14 points. Jaden Bradley with 12, topping Arizona. Tavari Johnson with 13 to lead Akron, although he has not scored since late in the first half of the ball game. Wildcats have out-rebounded the Zips 37-17. You knew the Wildcats had to out-rebound Akron in this ball game, but man, plus 20 right now. That's impressive.
That's been a big part of Arizona's ability to run, ability to hit the offensive glass. 10 of those 37 on the offensive glass have contributed to 14 second chance points for Arizona. But here in the second half, what was the one thing we harped on at halftime that you know Tommy did as well? Turnovers. Only one second half turnover. You have outscored the Zips by 8. You've extended your lead to 18 here. They've done an excellent job of taking care of the ball, and they've cashed in offensively. And then when you look defensively, boy, what a job. And I know Nate Johnson is going to be at the free throw line here, but he is a very good player. Arizona has put a focus on him, a point of emphasis to not allow him to get going. Nate Johnson is not having the best day of his basketball life. He's 1 for 8 from the field, 5 points, 3 points off of free throws, and he's back there here again.
So Johnson to the stripe, redshirt junior at Liberty Township, Ohio. Doubled his scoring average from a year ago, and he's been the lead, only returning starter for Akron off last year's NCAA tournament team. 2 free throws. First one rolls in. Akron last year, they went 24-11 last year. This year, 28-6, most wins in school history. Last year, they lost their first round game to Creighton. Second free throw good by Johnson. And trailing Arizona here by 16. A lot of time left, 11:45 to go. And Wildcats ball. Bradley will bring it down, leave it off for KJ Lewis. Lewis angle right, back top it goes to Bradley. Wing left over to Del Orso, around a high screen from Basar. Throw it inside, Henry, slam it home.
And Anthony Del Orso, excellent pass, his 4th assist of the game.
66-48 Wildcats. Tavari Johnson with the ball for Akron. His pass tipped by Carter Bryant. Steal by Bryant, but he stepped on the sideline. Little off balance as he tried to complete the steal. So it'll be Akron ball midcourt. But just the same, the athletic ability there.
And it's the defensive pressure, Brian. Out in passing lanes, not allowing Akron to catch and shoot. Have not been a lot of opportunities for the Zips at that three-point line to catch and fire.
So Zips will inbound the ball, 19 on the shot clock. There was no change of possession, although they are discussing that right now. 11:20 left here in the second half. William Covington, one of the officials over at the scorer's table, and they're also going to reset the shot clock now to 20. And so the Zips will inbound from there. Jabari Johnson working on Del Orso. Leave it high for Lyles. Face up on Vasar, won't shoot. Tried to go backdoor to Gray. Ball knocked away and stolen. Bradley up with it for the Wildcats. Feed ahead to Carter Bryant. Driving on Lyles. Gets into the lane. Shot blocked. Ball loose. KJ Lewis comes away with it. Out top to Bradley. And to Vasar swinging around for Del Orso. Del Orso into the lane. Little runner is up. Off the rim. No good. Vasar had a hand on the rebound. Out of bounds. Off Akron. So the Cats will keep it here.
Del Orso and Vasar in that ball screen action again. And Anthony was kind of caught in no man's land. He was looking for a lob, not sure if he should shoot it. Kind of off balance on that runner, but Arizona hits that offensive glass again with Vasar.
Bradley inbound, fresh 20 to shoot. Jaden looking in the lane, throw it in the lane to Vasar, but a whistle and a foul on Gray, who was just trying to do everything he could to keep Vasar from catching the ball. So Wildcats will inbound again, baseline left. And they throw in to Vasar. Out top it goes to Del Orso. Backs up the dribble now. Del Orso fired over to Lewis. KJ into the lane. Back to Del Orso. Jumper left for three. In and out, no good. Long rebound out to Scott for Akron. Ahead to Nate Johnson the other way. Looking to post up. Nothing there to Lyles. Drives inside and scores over the top of Carter Bryant. So Lyles now with 5 points. Cats with the ball. KJ Lewis drives inside. Laid up and good. Just pure strength for KJ.
That's weight room strength as he took his man off the dribble and took contact from the big man, Amani Lyles.
68-50 Arizona with the lead. Jabari Johnson over to Nate Johnson. No relation, by the way. Out top it goes to Lyles. And back for Jabari Johnson. Johnson into the lane. Throws it up. Short. Rebound Carter Bryant. Arizona. Outlet. Jaden Bradley. Wildcats. They can slow it down a bit here. They're up by 18 with 9:45 to go. And Bradley will make sure they get it set into their offense. Hand it off to KJ Lewis. Lewis, the free throw line, lost the handle on the ball. Went back and saved it. For Del Orso, 10 to shoot. ADO works it right. Bounce to Vasar. Fire at left corner. Carter Bryant. Springs for three out there. Drains another one. Carter Bryant with his second Lexus of Tucson charity three. Double figures for the freshman. Cats up 71-50. Their biggest lead of the ball game. Lyles with the ball. Left wing. Handed off to Gray. Gets to the baseline. Shut off there to Lyles. Open three. Around and off. No good. Rebound off of Akron. Arizona ball.
Wow. Henry Vasar's pass, Brian, was a fastball. Very high. But Carter Bryant's athleticism the ability to jump up and catch that. He had to jump very high, came down and sprung right back up to knock down his three-pointer there, his second of the day. Boy, Carter Bryant, what a first-round outing for him.
17 assists for the Wildcats here in this game so far. And they've got the ball and the lead. Lewis, Del Orso, back to KJ. Drives hard right to the bucket. High off the glass, no good. Long rebound tipped out to Del Orso. And a new 20 to shoot. To Bradley, and they'll reset in the offense. Jaden around a high screen from Milwaukee. Feeds it right side. Baseline Lewis, no shot. Back out to Bradley. Directing traffic. 8 to shoot. Bradley to the free throw line. He'll jump it up from there and score it.
Just got a size advantage at 6'3" over the top of the 5'11" Jabari Johnson. Drove him to 12 feet. Shot it over the top.
73-50 Arizona. Nate Johnson can't shoot. Out. Right side. Three ball good by Seth Wilson. And he's fouled.
Check that. I think there's a foul under the basket. Might be on Arizona. So that's a three-point make. And the ball out of bounds, I believe, for Akron. What a I mean, Arizona still has a 20-point lead, but that's important for Akron. They finally get that drive and kick make.
8:22 showing here in the second half. Del Orso to the bench. Love back in for the Wildcats. The foul goes on KJ Lewis. That is his first. And the third team on Arizona here in the half. So Tavari Johnson to inbound it for Akron. Almost stolen away by KJ. And just kind of kicked the ball out of bounds. Had a hand on it there. Is the pass intended for Okonkwo. So the Zips will try it again. Inbound in front of their own bench. Tavari Johnson will trigger there. Everybody's set. Tavari Johnson handed the ball. Looking for Wilson. Instead goes to Gray. Gray walks it out into the center circle. Bradley giving him space defensively. Off for Okonkwo. Back to Gray. Gray swings around the screen. Gets into the lane. Turns there. Fade away. Up. Bounce off. No good. Toby Owaka snatches up the Arizona rebound. That'll be his sixth of the game. Cats with the ball the other way. Lewis out top Bradley to Love. Caleb walks it out between the circles. Under 8 to go in the second half. Love, throw it right corner. KJ Lewis off to Owaka. Jumper in the lane is good.
That's the size advantage. Arizona quick passing. The diagonal pass over the top, and then the duck in to Owaka works to perfection.
75-53 Arizona. Akron with the ball. Wilson looking for the three. Love fights through a screen. Wilson fires the three off, no good. Owaka grabs another rebound, handed to Bradley. Arizona ball the other way. JB across midcourt. Ahead it goes to KJ Lewis. Lewis one bounce out to Owaka. To Love. Love around that screen from Owaka. Drives right of the lane. Runner off the glass short. Whistle and a foul going to be called on the Zips.
I think it's on Arizona's
Right.
Tobe Owaka, Brian.
Over the back on Owaka. That'll be a second for team. Timeout on the floor. 7:13 to go here in the second half. Arizona 75, Akron 53. This is Wildcat basketball from Arizona Sports Enterprises.
Experiencing the natural wonders comes easy at Rockin' K. Nestled at the base of the Rincon Mountain foothills, enjoy stunning mountain views up close every day. Visit Lennar's 2 communities in Rockin' K, with home savings up to $25,000 and limited time interest rate and closing cost incentives on select move-in ready homes. LiveRockingK.com. Designed by nature. Proud U of A radio broadcast sponsor.
Motoring around one day, Bob heard all about it on the radio. Jack Furrier Tire and Auto Care advertising affordable tires and no hidden extras for one low price, including valve stems and the other critical tire thingies that cost additional elsewhere, but not at Jack Furrier's. Bob knows to never underestimate the importance of thingies. As cliches would have it, just then Bob spotted one of Jack Furrier's 14 locations and without hesitation claimed his new set of tires, installed for one low price, thingies included.
Jack Furrier Tire and Auto Care. Since 1960, we're here to get you there.
I love my weekend rides across Arizona. I travel with all the protection I need. Helmet, gloves, leathers, and the Eagle. Goldberg and Osborne. The Eagle fights hard to help injured riders across the state. Whether we're cruising through Carefree, slow riding in Sedona, or breezing through Bisbee, they find you doctors, manage medical bills, and get you back on your bike with the most money possible. Injured riding? The bird is the word. Visit Goldberg and Osborne at 1-800-THEEAGLE.com.
Thank you to our partner at Right Way Heating and Cooling. Do not settle for anything less than the best. Call now, get it done the right way. Wildcats up 75-53. They've outscored the Zips here in the second half, 34-22. I'm not calling them the Zippers yet tonight, which they actually were at one time.
That's right.
The Zippers, yeah. You know the story behind that?
Something about the Goodrich Tire and Rubber Company, am I right? BF Goodrich.
It is the rubber capital of the world, and they had designed an overshoe that you zipped up in order to keep your shoes clean if the snow or rain or everything. And so the school adopted zippers as their nickname, but then at some point just said, okay, we'll go with zips.
And then naturally, a few years later, they adopted a mascot of a kangaroo, because when I think of rubber shoes, I think of a kangaroo.
Do you really?
Not exactly, but he is a cute Zippy is the mascot's name.
Have you had counseling to discuss that correlation there
let's
between a kangaroo and zippers?
Let's dial back in. Boy, Tobe Awaka picked up that last foul, but he's cleared out space tonight. 7 big rebounds, helping Arizona dominate the glass. 44-18 is the rebounding totals.
Akron with the ball. Jamal Scott, cross midcourt, picked up by K.J. Lewis. Feed it off. Out high it goes to Hardman. Hit 1-3 in this game to Scott. Back high, Nate Johnson. Shot clock at 11. Nate Johnson looking for a lane to drive. Shut off in the corner now. Double team briefly. Throw it back high to Scott. 4 to shoot. Scott fires a desperation 3. Barely hit the rim. Long rebound out to Love. Wildcats with brief numbers. Love fouled, no whistle, and he's not too happy. Hand the ball over to Bradley. Boy, Young just hit him right in the face. Throw it over to K.J. Lewis. Lewis hesitates, now drives into the lane, right into Hardman. Shot up, good, and he's fouled.
Weight room, K.J. Lewis's ability to just take it hard to the rim, stay in balance. When he's in balance like he did there, he stayed to the ground. He didn't try to jump off 1 foot. Boy, he initiates contact and finishes with the harm.
Hardman the foul, his second. So here's KJ, a typical KJ Lewis game. 9 points, 5 rebounds, 3 assists, a steal, and a block shot. And he's not done yet. Going to the free throw line, looking for a 3-point play. 6:26 showing here in the second half. Free throw is up and good. 8 second half points, 10 in the ball game now for KJ Lewis. Cats lead 78-53. Akron with the ball. Nate Johnson. Cross court. Driving inside. Shot might have been blocked by Townsend. Off the hands of Scott. Arizona with the ball the other way. Here's Love in a hurry. He and Young battling. Lays it up. Too strong, no good. Rebound loose. Kicked around down on the baseline. And picked up finally by Nate Johnson for Akron. Outlet it goes the other way to Scott. Looking for a trailer, Nate Johnson. Open straight away for 3. It is no good back of the rim. Long rebound out to Bradley, and the Wildcats will slow it down. Caleb Love's got to be careful here. He got smacked in the face. He's mad about it. And you just got to cooler heads here. K.J. Lewis with the ball. Get it to Love left wing. See if he can damage him that way, and he does as he drains the Lexus of Tucson Charity 3. Love with 10 points now. Here's Nate Johnson driving the other way. Missed the dunk, but the foul going to go on Jaden Bradley. That'll be his first.
You are right about Caleb Love. He took that personally on that hit to the head a few possessions ago, and close to what could have been an offensive foul, dribbling it up the floor a possession ago. But boy, he settled down and tickled the twine on that 3-point make. Arizona's 10th made 3 today. Arizona 10 of 20 from beyond the arc.
Against one of the best 3-point teams in the nation. Nate Johnson at the line and makes the first. We'll see Vasar, Bryant, and Del Orso in for the Wildcats. I imagine here with 5:23 to go that Tommy Lloyd might look a little deeper on the bench here soon. It's an 81-54 lead. Tommy talking to Caleb right now as he heads over to the bench. Second free throw by Nate Johnson. That rolls in. 81. But again, the Wildcats have held Nate Johnson to 1 field goal in this game. That's huge. He's 1 for 9 here tonight. Bradley with the ball. Young on him defensively. Spins away. Get it to Basar. Off for Del Orso. Circles right. Throw it down corner. There's Bradley for 3. And Jaden Bradley drains his 3rd triple of the ball game. 17 points for JB. And he makes a steal at the other end. Arizona ball, 84-55 lead, under 5 to go second half. Arizona fans across the way, making their presence known. Basar top of the circle, handed off Del Orso, chased by Hardman, over for Bryant. Carter inside the 3-point line, backs it out now, 9 to shoot, and then an offensive foul on Basar. And that'll turn it back over to the Zips. 3rd foul on Henry.
Jaden Bradley, what a difference it makes for Arizona's offense when their point guard is 3 for 5 from the 3-point line and 17 points. Outstanding shooting performance for him. He has got that shooting touch back.
Zips almost 4 minutes now without a field goal. And they're down 84-55. Nate Johnson out top, chased by Carter Bryant. Lyle setting a screen and go. Nate is fouled. Nate Johnson, that is, fouled in the lane. And that'll go on Carter Bryant. Be his second. 17 fouls on Arizona. Nate Johnson will go to the free throw line again here with 4:17 showing. And we're getting close to talking about Sunday here. Johnson to shoot 2. He missed his first free throw. He's made 7 in a row since then. Make it 8 as the first one is good. Well, 2 things. The only 2 things on the negative side for the Wildcats tonight, 3 of 9 at the free throw line and 14 turnovers. Other than that, they have dominated this ball game.
Well, that Henry Vasar illegal screen was only their second turnover of the second half. Really important as they made some corrections at halftime. And I don't want to say they were tactical corrections. It was just a lack of focus.
Nate Johnson hits another free throw. 84-57 Arizona. Cats with the ball. Jaden Bradley will bring it up. Chased again by Sharani Young. Off to Vasar, back to Bradley. Right side, Carter Bryant, fadeaway 3, missed, no good. Follow Townsend and slam it home. Trey Townsend now 16 points in the ball game. 86-57 Arizona. Nate Johnson, leave it off for Lyles. Rainbow 3, off the mark, no good. Del Orso grabs the Arizona rebound to Bryant. Keep in mind, Akron averages almost 85 points a game. They've got 57 with 3:40 to go. Bradley out between the rings. Gray guarding him. Bradley puts it on the floor, drives to the bucket, lay it up and good.
Straight line drive, JB, now 19 points. He rejected the ball screen, caught the Zips defense lacking.
88-57 Arizona. Lyles holds it top, off to Gray for Akron. Gray going to drive right into Bradley. JB just steals the ball away from him. And it goes to Del Orso. Pass back down on offense. Del Orso handed off Townsend. Top Vasar. Open 3. Why not? Oh, just short. The rebound Gray for Akron. Outlet it goes the other way for Seth Wilson. Down forecourt left. Wilson needs some help now. And he's just going to shoot a 3 out there. Way too long, no good. Townsend, the Arizona rebound. That's his 8th. Under 3 to go. Cats up 88-57. And Jaden Bradley will slow it down. Conrad Martinez ready to check in at the next whistle. Bradley spins in the lane. They call him for traveling. Timeout. 2:38 to go. Arizona 88, Akron 57. This is Wildcat basketball from Arizona Sports Enterprises.
Start 2025 strong at Tucson Racket and Fitness Club. Ready to crush your New Year's goals? Right now, new members save 25% off their first 3 months. Come enjoy lighted tennis courts, pickleball courts, brand new padel courts, a remodeled fitness center, heated pools, and much more. From serious workouts to family fun, we've got you covered. Open every day 24/7. Don't wait. This 25% off special for new members is your ticket to a healthier, happier, and stronger new year. For more information, go to TucsonRacketClub.com.
You've likely seen our Culligan trucks around southern Arizona. We're proud to be your neighbors and local water experts. If any water problems surface in the area, you can trust that Culligan has the expertise and technology to address the issues. We've delivered better water and personalized service for over 85 years. But don't just take our word for it. We've been voted Best Water Treatment Company in Tucson 4 years in a row. Contact Culligan of Tucson for water you love.
Hey, Wildcat fans, score $350 when you open a new MidFirst checking account. And be sure to register your new MidFirst card for a chance to win the ultimate Wildcat game day experience, which includes 4 tickets to an Arizona athletics game, plus a $500 gift card, or a $1,500 shopping spree. Visit midfirst.com for more details. No purchase necessary. MidFirst Bank. Member FDIC.
Well, the Wildcats are 2 minutes and 38 seconds away from a first-round win here. And move on to Sunday. Tommy Lloyd brings in Conrad Martinez. Emmanuel Stephan will come in as well, a freshman out of Nigeria. And that's special for a guy like him who hasn't played, of course, a lot this year. He's been in 7 games, and just get that taste of tournament feel because, it can pay off down the line. And Conrad Martinez, even though not a lot of minutes here in Kansas City in particular, boy, he had a couple of great showings.
Impactful possessions for Conrad, who this is a game size-wise. He kind of matches up nicely here. He's an undersized point guard who tries to play bigger than his frame suggests. He's got perimeter guys to defend here. He's just hopefully doesn't get posted up by one of the stronger perimeter players. But it's good to see him on the floor to get minutes and a little bit of NCAA tournament feel.
Wildcats have outscored the Zips here in the second half, 47-26. And now with 2:38 showing, Akron will inbound in the backcourt. And up will come Sharon Young, freshman, picked up by Martinez. Leave it out for Nate Johnson. He's fouled by Carter Bryant. That'll be his third, 8th team. And at the free throw line, 1-1 coming up here. And I think now that Don Gross is probably going to go a little deeper onto the bench, as Evan Wilson, a 6'2 senior out of Noblesville, Indiana, ready to check in. Nate Johnson back at the line. He's 9 for 10 at the stripe here tonight. Makes the first to earn the bonus, and that's really been the only way he's collected points tonight. Again, 1 for 9 from the floor, and Tommy Lloyd now going to clear the rest of the bench. Whiteman, Lloyd, Champion all on the floor, along with Steffen and Martinez.
And the guys that just came off the floor, Townsend, Bryant, and Del Orso, all 3 of those guys had a great positive impact in tonight's game.
Another free throw here for Nate Johnson. That is up and good. And so now Evan Wilson in for the Zips, playing in his 10th game this year. Arizona ball, Martinez will bring it down. Feed out top, Champion back to Martinez. Puts it on the floor. Fire it right for Lloyd. Back top Martinez. Plenty of time here. Conrad, hard drive to the right elbow. Hook it out, Steffen. Spin move in the lane. And he'll jump, hook it up, and score it. E-Man, in his first tournament game, his first touch, scores to 90-59 Arizona. Gray with the ball the other way for the Zips. Out top for Wilson. Matched up on Whiteman. Wilson looking for some space. Can't get inside. Off to Gray. Gray going to drive into the lane. Pump fake. Ball knocked away. And Steffen made the steal, and then he gets fouled.
Attaboy. Positive minutes for Emmanuel Steffen, who the red shirt was taken off to maybe help bolster the front court when Mo Krievis went down, but he just has not been used as much as maybe Tommy thought he would. But you just never know where E-Man might have to make an appearance and help you. He is a specimen physically who just needs to get that experience. He's got a high ceiling.
Isaiah Gray, the foul, his 4th. So Arizona ball. Martinez will take it the other way. Dribble drive right. Throw across court. Whiteman left corner for 3. That's good. Oh, the bench and the fans love it. Grant Whiteman, senior year. 8th year senior, I should say. I'm kidding. Young misses a 3. Catches the ball back the other way. Martinez working it out top. Young on defensively. Steffen sets a screen, throws it to him in the lane, and he gets undercut and goes to the floor. A foul will go on Kamali. And that's going to put E-Man at the line to shoot a 1-and-1. Steffen has shot 2 free throws this season. He's missed both of them.
And how about that? Grant Whiteman's been sitting for an hour. Hasn't touched the ball. Sits in the corner. His first catch, nothing but net on a 3 in an NCAA tournament game. That had to feel special.
Well, Steffen misses the front end. And the rebound grabbed by the Zips. Down to Wilson. Fires a 3 and scores it. Seth Wilson with his 2nd triple of the ball game. Addison Arnold on the floor for the Wildcats now. Replaces Whiteman in the lineup. Here's Martinez working down full court left. Spin move on Young. Fire it right corner. Three ball up off the back of the rim. No good. Rebound loose. And grabbed by Wilson. That's Evan Wilson. And a foul's going to be called at the other end on Addison Arnold. That'll be a 1-and-1 here with 41.2 to go. Will Menow will come in now for the Wildcats. So I believe that, if my count is right, everyone now in uniform has played now for Arizona. That is special. At the free throw line, Sharon Young has not scored in the bowl game. And they'll shoot a 1-and-1. First one good. (93-63) Arizona. 41.2 to go. Oregon and Liberty to follow. The Wildcats will get the winner of that game on Sunday. Second free throw good by Sharon Young. 93-64 Arizona. 35 seconds left. Conrad Martinez across midcourt. Works it out high right. Drives right elbow, but he's called for an offensive foul on a push-off by Conrad. He wanted to get that shot off. He was going to clear space, but got caught. So it'll be Zips ball now. Shot clock off. Gray across midcourt. Out to Evan Wilson. Back to Gray, and he's fouled. He's fouled by Addison Arnold. Well, if you're going to get in the scorebook, you know.
Well, he's getting there twice because he's already fouled once.
Oh, and now on the 10th team foul. To the free throw line is Isaiah Gray to shoot two. The end of the Wildcat bench standing there in celebration of their teammates and been asked to sit down. Gray to the free throw line to shoot two. And the first one in and out, no good. And by the way, the Wildcats did bring all their players with them. It's just that only 15 can suit up. And so everybody else is seated behind the bench. Second free throw by Gray is good. 93-65, Arizona. Tommy Lloyd says, that's it, guys. Lloyd and John Gross shake hands. Arizona on to the second round. Standing O from their fans, and I think a lot of fans here in Seattle who have seen the Wildcats play before, and they've seen them play like this before in Seattle, and they get it done today. The Cats over the Akron Zips. 93-65. Arizona on to play Sunday against either Oregon or Liberty. We'll talk more about that coming up on our post-game coverage here at Climate Pledge Arena. The Wildcats run their record to 23-12. Akron finishes at 28-7. And we'll talk certainly about the Wildcats' offense in this ball game, but their defense, their defense today was really spectacular. And just a great way to start this tournament out and play as well as they did, led by Jaden Bradley with 19 points in the ball game. Trey Townsend was 16 on 7 of 8 shooting. Double figures for Caleb Love. 10 points, 7 rebounds, 4 assists. Carter Bryant had 12 points. KJ Lewis, another solid game with 10 points and 5 rebounds. And just a perfect way to get things rolling. And speaking